Alright. Oh, hang on. Stuff is going bad already. Damn, this is a bad start, isn't it? Alright. Hello, everyone. Are we all good? Is everything working? Chat is being very productive. I've had issues with the webcam lately, so be patient with it. Let's turn that down a bit. Alright, this is me, yes. I am the spy man. What we're going to do today, we're going to be looking back through my channel, doing a Q&A stuff. Thank you, I do have a nice skull, thank you. This is my own remix, this is my Right Behind You remix. How have you not seen this already? Jesus. What, have you been living under a rock? Okay. How are we all doing? We all good? Elbow reveal. That's my elbow. Weird requests, but you know what, whatever. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for complimenting my face. Rip off your mask, let us see the real face. We've been through this, alright. I ripped off my face during the charity stream. This is my skull. That's the bit, that's the joke. Why'd Jeff start streaming at 1 AM? I'm sorry. It's 23 minutes past 6 right now in England. So. Thank you. This is my microphone. Alright. This is the threat. Alright. I'm not going to be playing TF2 tonight. I'm not going to be playing anything tonight. This is going to be a chill discussion stream. Speaking of which, boom. Is that working? We're here. We're at my channel. This is my channel, guys. Look at it. It's channelly. Actually, it's probably let my Discord know that I'm live. That might be a good idea. How are we doing? Does that bit of hair bother you? I've got really long hair, so it constantly bothers me. Alright. Oh, that's my own voice. Isn't that weird? Okay. I will be uploading this whole thing onto YouTube, so if you're watching this back, hello, welcome. I'm just gonna let my Discord know I'm live right quick. We're live. Okay. I already did an elbow reveal. Haven't seen any of these old videos. I would not recommend it. Anything before Dueling Banjo Remix is bad. This is my channel. Nothing. We don't talk about the stuff down there. All right. So let's turn music off. Okay. Actually, let's keep it on. Why not? We'll just keep it quiet. What am I doing? Alright. So welcome, people. Probably drinking tea. It's funny because I'm British. It's funny. Is it funny? Because actually I love tea. Tea is the greatest thing. in the world. Want a reveal of my microphone port on my PC. You guys are very demanding tonight. Alright. So, welcome to the retrospective. It's, this is basically, I was going to be doing this anyway, but my recent popularity growth has sort of incited me to just do a look back through my channel. This music is really loud for me. I don't think it's as loud for you guys, but... Alright. Okay. So basically, I'm just going to be looking back through my channel. I'm going to be talking about stuff. I'm going to be sharing behind the scenes info of stuff. Thank you, Layla. Hint is British unsubscribing. Understandable, honestly. Feel free to ask me questions about my channel, preferably, or about anything really. This is just going to be a chill Q&A discussion thing. I'm going to be looking back through my channel. I'm going to be talking about each video, about the process of making each video, how I do stuff. And, yeah. Alright. Mike looks suckable, thank you. I appreciate it. How many people we got here? We've got 39 people, wow, that's scary. Alright. So let's just get started, shall we? So, this is my channel, you've probably seen it. At least a couple times, maybe, perhaps. What was my first video of 2020? Hang on, let me actually switch. There we go, now you can see my channel. Okay. I'll just turn that up a bit. Okay. Right. So, what was my first video of the year? I actually don't know. When did Dueling Banjo come out? 2019. Okay, July 2019. We're long off. I think it was somewhere. I think this was it, wasn't it? It was Warp. Okay. Music's coming off. This was my first video. This is my first video of 2020. I don't know why I decided to make this. Does a Christmas hat have two sides? It does. It's got a sparkly side and a normal side. Yeah. I don't know why I made this. This video, basically, I saw this new Minecraft update. And for some reason I decided to just make a montage of the new... It was like an update where they added new dimensions. It was an April Fool's update. And I just decided to make a montage of whatever this is, just looking at the worlds, and then put some music from 1917 over it. And it made this, and I don't know why I made this. I just felt like doing it, and you know, I'm not proud that this is my first video of 2020. There you go, April 1st, 2020. Am I proud of it? No. I forgot it was a video that existed. Your first video is an April Fool's joke. I mean, actually you're right, it was on April 1st. I didn't even realize. Do you say GIF or GIF? I say GIF. Did you main something before Spy? My first main was actually, oh, was it? I think it was Demo Man? I think I first played Demo Man in TF2, and then Sniper, and then I went on to play Spy after watching Mr. Paladin. Don't click on Warp. Warp is not a good video. I don't know why I made it. It was like a weird fever dream that I decided to make. My favourite weapon for the Spy, probably Dead Ringer. Dead Ringer's fun, although I've been using a lot of Invis Watch recently. Cool. Funny YouTube Spy main is live. Yeah. Is making you a Spy main also applying that you're a weeb? I'm not a weeb, actually. I think you're fine. I've watched like 3 animes and don't enjoy it anymore. Who's better, Demo Man or Sniper? But Demo Man clearly does way more damage, although I find Sniper is probably the most annoying class in the game. I think a good Sniper is more annoying than a good Scout, personally. Alright, and then, okay. So what happened after Warp, right? Is the Hefty Hero. I just decided... What was happening was I was getting... I was just burnt out from YouTube at this point, right? My first 2020 video came out in April, so 4th month of the year, and I was just like, I need to make something, and May. So yeah, COVID was starting to hit now as well, and I just decided, I just had an idea, and a lot of my videos are just sort of me having a random idea and just sort of making it, even though I've got other stuff I want to make. I just have an idea and I make it within like the next 1 or 2 days. And this was one of these. I just thought, wouldn't it be funny if I did a Fat Scout montage and made a character out of it? And I put I need a hero over it, and then I called it the Hefty Hero, and I was just like, this was really going back to my roots, because I used to just making montages was what all my channel used to be, was montage. I think my second video, my actual first ever proper video, was a TF2 montage, and yeah, I just made this, and I chose the song because I've been playing Beat Saber, and there was a really good I Need a Hero Beat Saber map that I played, and I was like, God, this is a banger song. This is not the first time showing my face. I showed it on I did a actual face reveal bit on the Thankmas live stream last week. It should have been there. The whole thing's uploaded. What makes me a good demo man? I'm not. I'm not a good demo man. Alright, anyway. Okay. Thoughts on COVID-19 and the Bill Gates vaccine. Jesus Christ, guys. I'm just a funny YouTube man. I just like making my YouTube stuff, alright? My opinion on political matters is worthless. I'm a YouTuber. But hey, vaccine's vaccine, I guess. Who is the best personality out of the mercenaries? Spy doesn't count. Ooh. I don't know. I like Engineer. They're all the mercenaries are just so great. They're so unique in their own way. And but I like Engineer. He's calm, he's smart. Who else is there? Pyro is pretty great. They're all just so great, you know? It just, like, when I read the comics, it's just the most lovable thing to read. Oh, God, there's so many questions. Can you talk a little louder? You want me to be loud? I'll turn up my input volume. There we go. What was your reaction when Spy's video started to blur? We'll get to that. We'll get to Spy's weakest, eventually. My favourite type of tea. I don't actually drink tea that much anymore, but just tea. I don't know. I don't really make my own tea. What's your next video going to be about? You'll find out, won't you? I actually don't know. What is my next one? Oh, it's, I put it on the calendar. It's, me playing Smithmas with my friends. That'll be out within the next week. Have you talked about Jago? I swear to God. Opinions on Syrian refugees. Oh, God. What's your opinion on Discord having dead rats as currency? That's pretty good. Sounds pretty good to me. I'm quite involved in the dead rat market myself. Do you support lesbian rights? Of course I do. Angie's the best for everyone. Shut up, I have a joke. Feel free to tell your joke. Why is Heavy boring for most of the community? Meanwhile, I'm having a blast playing him. Because he's very powerful. He's very strong. He's just probably the most boring class to play. Because I would argue he's even more of a point and click adventure than Pyro is. Best ice cream flavor. Oh, I'm really into cookie dough at the moment. Ben & Jerry's cookie dough ice cream. Why did the spy cross the road? I don't know. Oh, I know this one. But why did the spy cross the road? You think the final TF2 comic will come out? I mean, I think, given just time, I think whether it's a year, 2 year, 3 years, 10 years, I think we will get a TF2 update, and I think we will get a TF2 comic. Can you delete your Discord server and start over again, please? God, I wish I could. My Discord is in the description, guys, by the way. You can go and join my Discord server, along with my Patreon. My Patreon link is also in the description, guys, just so you know. you can subscribe to my Patreon. You can do that as well. You can. Patreon is in the description. All right. Okay. What's your opinion on Right Behind You remix? I think my Right Behind You remix is my best remix I've done. That's my favorite one I've done. Isn't Sniper the point and click adventure game? That's true. I mean, when you boil them all down, they're all point and click adventure games. Favorite shape and color combo? I personally like blue diamonds. Red hearts, why not? What's your favorite Demo Man weapon? Ooh. I don't know. Would I be a pleb to say the iron bomber? Or probably just the sticky bomb launcher. It's just so satisfying to use. Biggest inspiration, Mr. Paladin, Stabby Stabby, Markiplier, Uncle Dane. Large Joseph made a theory today on why he thinks a major update is in 2020. I think is gotta be. I think, you know, maybe not 2021. I mean, you said 2021. Sorry, but it's soon. I think it's soon. I feel like it has to be now. Can you do that dramatic voice used in movie trailers? No. How does it feel when you have a 1,000-hour soldier main with a crits meta GF and all the other teams board gabbing you? Can't relate. Why is the red tape recorder so overpowered? My joke to you. Is this a joke? Do you think this is a joke? Am I just your cannon fodder that you can use? This is what I mean to you. You come here, you ask, why is the red tape recorder overpowered? To me. This is what you think of me. What class do you think deserves a nerf other than Sniper? Does Sniper deserve a nerf? Maybe. Nerf, I don't know, man. I don't want TF2 changed that much. I'm gonna have a nice day. Okay, bye, here's Risen. Are you into VTubers? No, they confuse and scare me. Which merc do you relate to the most? Probably, I don't know, probably Spine, to be honest, or Engineer or something. Don't you ignore me, I didn't know what you said, Jago. Can you do an Australian accent? Probably. You are the queen, blah, blah, blah. What is your opinion on the spy crab endangerment? Why is that like the boat? Okay, we're not actually going through my channel. I have heard of Team Fortress 2 Classic. I want to play it. I want to record a gameplay of it as well. Alright, we'll move on. Okay, channel. So, Hefty Hero. I made that. And this was really weird because this was... I just started, like... It was sort of... What's the next one? The Kraken. This was a thing I did that completely flew under the radar. Has 0 comments, but oh well. May 11th. So we're getting closer. So I just... Around this point, I just, like... had a build-up of just video ideas. Like, all these old video ideas that I had and been slowly working on were just sort of all suddenly culminating together, and it sort of just like, or they all just exploded and just were created at the same time by accident. So, I got into a, I got into a schedule. I got into an upload schedule. Jago and I, we were doing this, we started Ibanob series, and I started uploading videos, every other day. I started uploading a video every other day, and, it was weird being in a schedule, but, yeah, Ibanob was great. I did this with Jago. It's great to just be, of course I'm into Critical. Critical's great. I love him, Mr. Moist. Alright. This is the classic YouTube, right? Just like, because playthroughs nowadays, YouTube, playthroughs have died. Like, you know, playthroughs are dead now. But you can't get successful on YouTube by doing playthroughs of video games. You probably can, if you're already, like, well established, they'll probably do well. But I think the YouTube market now is very much migrating towards more heavily edited content, more content that's had more effort put into it, and just like stuff with more rewatchability. It's becoming much more competitive editing wise, and it's like it's just I'm fine with it. It's what I always wanted to do. I grew up with Uncle Dane. I grew up with Uncle Dane. I'm still growing up with Uncle Dane, but I love Uncle Dane. Uncle Dane's my favorite TF2 YouTuber, and I just love being able to rewatch stuff and just appreciate, if anything else, just how well made the video is. And I wanna do that. I wanna make that. I'm definitely gonna be doing that. 2021. That's what I'm switching my style to. I'm gonna be, infrequent videos, but videos that have more editing power behind them. And I hope you guys can support me through that. So anyway, I did the Kraken. I kind of like the remix, but the thumbnail I made in like 30 seconds, so it didn't do well. Ibanob. This was back when I had like 200 subs, by the way. So keep that in mind when you're looking at the view count on these. Stick Fight as well, another series that we started doing. I don't know what I'm gonna do with these now, because I've sort of started this, but now I'm just switching my style to more heavily edited stuff. So should I keep just doing gameplay videos every now and then? Should I make a separate channel for them? Should I just stop them altogether? It's confusing. I don't know. But Stick Fight, just good fun. Just fun, really. That's all it was. So yeah, I'd gotten into a schedule of uploading every other day because I don't know if we'd known, because I was in the last year of my high school, right, when COVID hit. So my final exams got cancelled. And that led to me having 6 months off school, just doing nothing, just waiting to start college, right? Which I have now started. And I just made stuff. That's all I did. I just made stuff, and it was weird. It was weird, man. Just shit went wild. We've already been streaming for half an hour. We were like 10 videos in. No, we're not. We're like 3 videos in. Jesus, we should get a move on. Let's look at some questions. Do you know who Joe is? No. Uncle Dane's everyone's favorite TF2 YouTuber. I just love him. I love him so much. Lazy Purple is great as well, but Uncle Dane, I don't know. It's just Uncle Dane's just more chill. Lazy Purple's so high energy. I love him. He does incredible stuff, but I just prefer Uncle Dane personally. That just comes down to personal taste. Imagine having 200 subs. I was proud of it. Still, I mean, I'm not saying I'm not proud of it. I was proud of 200. I was proud of 300. I was proud of 100. I was proud when I got 1,000 views total on my channel. I made a montage out of it. So, kind of wild that I've now got over 6,500. I can't believe how much you've grown. You deserve it. Thank you, Ricardo. I appreciate that. What do you think of the loose cannon? I'm always having a blast of dopamine when I hit double dunk. I don't play Demino Man enough now. I really should. I've been wanting to get to him recently, but he's hard to get good at. So I'm just sort of, I don't know, I'm sort of discouraged from playing him. I only switch to him when I need to destroy a sentry nest or something. Is that your real face? This is my real face. Hello. Hang on, wait, I'll switch to this. Alright, we'll do a bit of a chat. 6.6k subs, I checked this morning, of 6.5. It's wild, man. I'll talk more about my... Alright, can you guys hear me now, by the way? Yeah, okay. I'll talk more about my growth when we get there, but... Laser Purple's nearly 10k hours on SFM. Yeah, I was told this. What the hell? Like, I have like 360 hours in SFM, and I feel like... I don't know. It's... How the hell do you have 10,000... How the hell Laser Purple can have 10,000 on it? That's like 10 times more of the hours I have on TF2. 200 is a hard number to hit. Hell, every number is a hard to hit. It is. When you think about, like... There's so many YouTubers now, but there's also more people who watch YouTube. So, it's not like you can only subscribe to one person, you know. Proud of my 100 subs. Congratulations, you know. It's you should be proud. Every milestone is a milestone, you know. How would you balance bad weapons? You need a specific case. I don't know what. Collab with someone like Uncle Dane plus 100,000 subs. I've recently I got invited to a TF2ber Discord with like Silent Man Joe and Bearded Expense and stuff in it, and it's so weird just suddenly meeting all these people who I've just heard stuff about. I don't even watch many TF2 YouTubers. Like Uncle Dane, Lazy Purple, and occasionally Soundsmith, and that's it. So, you know, I kind of feel like I shouldn't be here. Like, I don't know anyone I don't really know people in the community who I can, you know, make stuff with. I just want to, but I'm meeting new people now. And, I'm excited. I'm really excited to just do stuff, more stuff. I kind of thought he would look like the Spy, not gonna lie, fair enough. Can we see expiration date just because we can? Maybe. Who knows? Maybe we could get through this quick enough. What kind of channel are you planning? What kind of channel are you planning or hoping your channel to become? Commentary, gameplay tips. I'm gonna switch my style to. I've said it before. I'm gonna switch my style to heavily edited stuff that with more rewatch value. Think Uncle Dane, basically. Uncle Dane's style is basically what I'm ripping off. It's just the style. It's always the style I've wanted to do, and it's becoming more viable in the YouTube sphere, you know. So I'm sort of I'm allowed to do it now, and I want to do it now. And and you know, Spy is the weakest blowing up sort of solidified that. When are you going to get a buzz cut? I'm growing my hair out. I'm getting long hair. It's my own personal project. I'm annoyed now because I started growing my hair out before quarantine, and I was like, I'm gonna look so different to everyone else. And then quarantine started, and now everyone has long hair. Which class you hate the most? Sniper. Lucky and congrats on being invited to that Discord. It was weird, man. It's surreal. I got a message from Whammo, who's a TF2 YouTuber with around like 16,000 subscribers. And I feel like I just been invited to the Cool Kids Club, you know. The Discord admin in your Discord approves of my meme. Which Discord admin? Which of my blasted administrators? Okay. Holy shit, like 4 people just came into the Discord. Okay. Hello, everyone. My Discord is in the description, guys, if you want to join. And so's my Patreon. You know, my Patreon is also in the description. You can subscribe to my Patreon, as well if you want to give me money. You get videos a day early, and you also get speed arts and stuff. If you want to, it's in the links in the description. Give me money, please. Right. Probably don't mind if you took a break for at least 1 week at 10k. I don't want to take breaks, man. This is the thing. I just want to make stuff now. I finally got. Before I was making stuff and waiting for an audience, you know. I mean, I had an audience, but like, it was incomparable to what I've got now. And I just want to make everything I've wanted to make. I just want to make now. I'm so excited. Come next year, get ready, guys. You're gonna get some prime content. What's your favorite TF2 song on the soundtrack? Medic. MEDIC exclamation mark. It's the best song. They're all fantastic though. Best video game soundtrack ever made, maybe. What do we even call you? HintShot? HintShot? You can call me HintShot, you can call me Hint. That's it. My real name is Sam. I left TF2 6 months ago. I had 6,000 hours, still hits. TF2 is just a weirdly powerful game. You can take breaks from it, and the next time you come back, you can have an absolute blast. It's the game I've so consistently had fun on. Every time I played it, it's a magical game. It was my favorite game of all time by far. I'm ahead of. Okay, see you, Travis. Opinions on Woodville. You know my goddamn opinion on Woodville. Everyone has the same opinion on Woodville. It's Woodville. You know my opinion on Woodville. Don't mess with me. Don't joke around with me. All right. All right. Anyway, when do you think you'll hit 10k subs with this recent blow up of popularity? Who knows, man? We were like joking in my Discord when I hit 1k. It'd be like, oh, 2k by the end of the year, and now I've got 6.61k, and it's the 20th of December. Like, what the hell? I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. Can I call you daddy? Absolutely not. How long have you been playing TF2? Since 2015? 2016? Nope, hang on, guys. Are we here? Okay. What edit thing do you use? I use VideoPad Video Editor, which is, it looks like something straight out of 2010, but my god, it works. It's so good. It's like, I love it. I love using it, and I'm gonna upgrade to something more ridiculously expensive like Sony Vegas or something at some point. But you know, if it works, it works. You know, it's worked so far. There's a huge gap between what I write and what you see. Yeah, there's a stream delay. It happens with all streams, unfortunately. Do you have a preferred professional kill streak effect / sheen? I don't know. The violet one is cool. Was it like Violent Violet or something? What's your favourite map? High Tower, probably. I'm a hop off good stream man. Thank you. Nobody jokes are effing old. I'm not gonna say the F word on stream, guys. Come on. I'll get cancelled. What's your opinion on bananas? They're weird. 1,000 hours in 4 or 5 years. What are you, a normal functioning human being? I don't play. It's almost embarrassing. It's weird. From an outsider's perspective, having 1,000 hours in a game is preposterous and you have no life. But then in the TF2 community, if you have 1,000 hours, you're a beginner, you know? I almost feel embarrassed to have 1,000 hours in like 2 ways. Least favorite map? I don't know. But for as much crap as I give Woodville, it is like fun. Least favorite map? I don't know. Probably Turbine. Turbine sucks. Turbine is terrible. I hate it so much. Junction's also pretty bad. Okay, let's move on. Channel. So, where are we? Okay, so I got into a what do you call it? Schedule by this point, or a schedule, as you say in England for some reason. I don't know why we say schedule. We just do. And yeah, I was doing Stick Fight. Ibanob was a running series I was doing. And then I made this. I made the Red Triumphs remix, which did well. I mean, I expect. Or my remixes always seem to do well, you know, which is fair enough. It's music. It's rewatchable, re-listenable. So yeah, this did really well. Not as well as Dueling Banjo, of course. Dueling Banjo, I just seemed to. I don't know why that one exploded. I'm guessing it got recommended to people. But I made this, and yeah, I'm fine with it. It's not one of my favorites. Like, it's an okay remix from my perspective. I'm gonna open a window because it's warm in here. I'm wearing a Sea of Thieves shirt. Sea of Thieves. All right. And yeah, and this remix is okay. I don't know. It wasn't really as good as I envisioned it being, but whatever. It was a remix. People liked it. Some people said it was like their favorites that I've ever done. It was weird. I don't know. I can't seem to objectively judge my own stuff. So yeah. I just sort of, I'm content with a lot of stuff what I do, which kind of sucks, but there are things that I'm really proud of, obviously. And Grenades. Was this, how far apart were these uploads? 2 days, so I was still in the schedule by this point. I think it was starting to fall apart here though, because this video, I'm quite proud of this montage. Yeah. This was fun. God, my aim was awful. So with this montage, as with most of mine, I sort of, I get a lot of footage, good footage at the start, and then I don't have like enough footage to fill out the rest of the song. That's like the same level of quality as like the first half. So the quality sort of decreases as the video goes on with a lot of my montages. Because I just sort of, I'm like, oh god, I don't have enough footage, and then I have to go re-record some footage and then do wacky things in TF2. And, yeah. Hey, New Game Minus. Glad to see you here. How's it going? What is this channel? Hello there, Ruz. Hello, welcome. This is, I don't really know how to describe my channel, just TF2 based. More Contract Conquest. There will be more Contract Conquest come 2021. There will be more Contract Conquest. I didn't do it in December because I just had a load of December videos planned. Yeah, so that was a montage I made. And Grenades. This thumbnail, people really liked the thumbnail for this one. They did really well on like Reddit and places, so there you go. That was another one, just getting back to my roots of just doing montages. And then I introduced this series, Casual Spy, where I literally just play TF2, and Siri just went off. Siri thought I said him. Yeah, Casual Spy, I like. It's a chill series. It's easy to make. People really enjoy. Oh my god, people really enjoy them. What the hell? 664 views. Wild. Should have more views. Thank you. Oh, people are so nice, you know. I love just the response you guys give me. It's so kind. I really thought people would just be really judgmental and harsh because I'm new, but they're nicer because I'm new. It's really weird. I love you guys. Siri, what's my address? Yeah, so, Casual Spy, I do want to do more of those, because it's just chill, easy to make. YouTube light theme, look man, I'm old school, alright? YouTube dark theme just looks wrong to me. When I upload my screen before, just I found your screen which I recommended. And I'm jealous that you become big, I'm happy, but jealous. Fair enough. I kind of feel bad, like, there are some people who've been with me since the beginning, you know? So, I just hope that I don't let them down, you know? Okay, alright, hang on, okay. So, is everything working well, correctly, by the way? Is the stream going well? So yeah, more Casual Spy, if you guys want it. I'm gonna head out. See you, old man. TFQ community is one of the most welcoming gaming communities there is. It really is, you know. It's just because it's so, like, it's such, no one has ever heard of TF2, right, in the mainstream. You can ask people about TF2 in real life. People you meet, no one will ever have heard of it. So it's sort of just this underground thing where everyone is so nice to each other. Just made the YouTube account to say this, Pog. Alright, that was a good choice. Feels so strange being present when you had 300 subs. It's wild, man. What is the next big hit video? What, the next video I'm making? It's gonna be a big hit? I don't know. I can't predict the future, man. But, Spy Talk 3 will be coming out in a month or two. So, you know, maybe that. Although Spy Talk didn't actually... Speaking of Spy Talk... I had been working. There we go. This is the best video I've ever made by far. Right? Well, not by far, but I worked on this video for, I don't know. This was like 4 or 5 months of work. This is Spy Talk the Big Earner, the most heavily edited video I've ever done. If you enjoyed Spy is the weakest class in TF2, you will enjoy this. This is my best video I've ever done, the video I'm most proud of, and I love it, you know? It was, once again, it was sort of like just pure luck that this video came out around the time that I was doing my schedule. I love this video a lot, it got me used to the Big Earner a lot more, thank you. What's the most useless weapon in TF2? Probably sun on a stick. Alright, so we're gonna watch this and I'm gonna talk about this video because there's a lot to unpack in this video. First of all, I did the first Spy Talk video. This is the second Spy Talk video, by the way. The first one I did when I was prepubescent. And I made this I made this intro in the original, in the first Spy Talk, and I didn't have it saved, so I had to go back, download the first Spy Talk video, and then just import it into here, and then just edit it out, I don't know. Made this in SFM, this little intro bit. Small Earner, anyone? Small Earner is actually one of the names of this track in this video. I actually made my own soundtrack for this damn video. So I made my own song specifically for this video, like a full 10-minute soundtrack that I uploaded afterwards. That was the intro. That's the intro right there. I was proud of that. So usually the way I do my videos is I get experience with what I want. I have an idea, just randomly, literally. There's no thought process behind creating my ideas, and I just sort of I see how much they. First of all, I see if it's been done before. I see if anyone else has talked about the Big Earner or if Spy is the weakest class or whatever, and then that sort of gives me the green light to make a video about it. Then I play with it, and then I write a script. Maybe I can show you guys the script. Let's see. Spy Talk 2. I have a whole folder for goddamn Spy Talk 2. This is all the assets for Spy Talk 2 right here. I don't think the script is in here though. But I've got this stuff. I've got, what is this? BE frame 3. Yep, I got all this. This is the video, folks. I made a load of backups of it. I don't know if that was on purpose or not. Subscribe. What is this? That's just the subscribe button. I don't know why I saved that. I can copy things into it. Viability. I've got the Virgin watch here, which is used later on in the video. It's all, you know. This is my YouTube stuff folder, by the way. So I put all my YouTube stuff. And let's see if I can. Yeah, the script doesn't matter. Show us the homework folder. Alright, so yeah, and then I write a script for my videos, and then I record my videos through a tip that I learned through, I think, Lazy Purple, where I just throw my bed sheet, my quilt as we call it in England, I throw it over my head, I sit on the floor with this microphone, and I read the script off my phone, because having a blanket over you is a really good sound dampening thing. You don't get any outside noise. And that's how I still record all my videos, or all my scripted videos at least. I just sort of sit on the floor, microphone, blanket over me. It's so warm, it's so uncomfortable, but that's how I do it, and that's how I did this. Enhancing the stealth aspect of a bountiful risk reward opportunity, this knife, like any other. I do sound different, don't I? Like I sound, even though this wasn't this long ago, I sound different. The Big Earner is a community-created melee weapon for the spy. It's a rather sharp-looking weapon, even sharper than how Spy dresses. So sharp, in fact, that simply equipping it drops the spy's max health by 25, leaving him at a very fragile. That was a little bit of Bill Wirtz inspiration there, this little ouch bit. If you've seen Bill Wirtz video or History of the Entire World or something, you will that's just a little bit of Bill Wirtz inspiration. 100 HP. Killing an enemy with this knife rewards the player by filling up their cloak by 30%. As soon as I figured out how to make text appear behind something else like this, where it just sort of like, it comes out of the knife, I had so much power at my fingertips, you know? Originally I was going to add a video of taunt killing someone, but I didn't have time.
As well as giving the player a short 3-second speed boost akin to the disciplinary action effect. Surprisingly, this knife has undergone no changes since it was added all the way back.
That was a cool drop step. Also, I say here,
Surprisingly, this knife has undergone no changes since it was added all the way back in 2011.
that is wrong. The big owner did get changed, I think. I think someone corrected me in the comments. I even think I mentioned the change later on. I don't know, it was somewhere. I haven't read the comments on this recently, actually. Someone disagrees, fair enough. Big on a screen comp. Video channel deserves so much perform. Thank you. God, people are so nice, you know. Okay. So, let's carry on. But yeah, the big owner did get changed. I can't remember what.
That's right. When compared to the other options, there are next to no situations.
This broke for some reason in the final render of me. I'm not showing you a homework folder, be quiet. How's your day going? It's today was a weird day. I woke up at 3:30 in the afternoon today. So literally I woke up 3.5 hours ago. And now I'm doing this. So that's how my day's gone. But yeah, this broke in the final render for me. For some reason this list just didn't appear. So I had to go back. I had to go back and edit out this and render this part separately.
Think about it. When was the last time you saw a spy using this thing? Its health deficit immediately places the spy in a state of fragility, and unlike the Conover's kunai, which also lowers spy's health, rewards no health back. Now, this is me.
I was really breaking what my video editor can handle, you know? I was like, my video editor that I use was not made for stuff like this. But for some reason I mean, I can do it.
It should never be used? No. Does this mean it's a terrible weapon? Absolutely not. Any one of Spy's melee weapons is capable of performing an instant kill on any class.
That was cool. The music, the word instant kill, and the trick stab lined up there. I'm very proud of that. That was completely by accident.
Provided their back is to. As long as it has that core trait, it's never going to be a bad weapon. The big earner simply loses out to the other more interesting and rewarding weapons. Although this knife is rewarding in its own right, it's just slightly more underwhelming than its competitors. This weapon has a place in TF2. It is not a weapon that has ever or will ever be in the spy meta as long as it remains in its current state. What this weapon is what I said earlier, the embodiment of what spy is. Here's what I think this weapon is.
This is just like a culmination of a load of ideas. The more I thought about this, making this video, the more ideas I had for it, like this part with the spy hand reaching out, or, you know, just other segments. So it really just, this video just snowballed. Did you have anything that you wanted to do for the vid, but it was just so big or so dumb that you couldn't do it? I can't remember. Like, this is so long ago now, but I think I got everything in here that I wanted to. It was just, it's scary putting your own opinion into such a developed video and hoping that people agree with it. You know, I'm still scared. But I think I got everything. There are loads of scrapped videos that I've wanted to do, loads of stuff that I've got footage for and just didn't make into a video. But other than that, what do you think of Eurotone Reward? I think Eurotone Reward's pretty underrated. I like using it. 6K, congrats. Thank you. It's wild. What editor to use? I use VideoPad Video Editor. Did you use SFM for that? I use SFM for everything. I use SFM. I just started making posters and stuff with it, and then I incorporated it into my videos after seeing, you know, people like Lazy Purple do that. And I was like, oh damn, I've got a real, you know, I love making art in SFM, so I can include that in here. What is more frustrating to deal with, a spy, demo or soldier? Probably soldier, because of just the fact that the projectiles explode as soon as they hit the ground. So you can't really avoid it as well as you can with demo. Hey Rise, how's it going? Alright, let's continue.
Should be used. You're a relatively new player. You've taken the very comprehensive tutorial.
This was just a thing.
This weapon should be used. You're a relatively new player.
I did that on the last day, or the day before this video uploaded. Before it was just like footage here, and I just did
Taken
that.
a very comprehensive tutorial. You've scored pretty well as stock
Along
spy
with
on
this.
payload a couple times. Maybe it's time to start testing the waters with new weapons. You're not ready for the high skill ceiling of the kunai, so you aim a little lower. You choose the big gun.
Another one of my inspirations is Kurzgesagt. I think they're the best channel on YouTube, and this is very Kurzgesagt-esque, what I was trying to be. I just like simple infographics like this, you know, very fun, very, hopefully it illustrated my point well. Any tips on getting SFM? I use good, thumbnails using SFM would be a big step up. Oh, Gmod to pose models for my thumbnails using SFM. It's, watch the first official Valve tutorial on SFM, and then watch, Steg's tutorial, or tutorials. I think it's just like, he has a tutorial called How Not to Be Awful in SFM or something. And SFM is, you can get it down, how to do stuff, and then you'll be spending the rest of your career using it, fixing random bugs that no one has ever come across. It's a nightmare, but but it's like, it works, you know. The more you use it, the more you'll suffer with it, but the more you'll also make cool stuff with it. I love SFM, personally. It enables me to do so many things that I love doing, and incorporate my art, and I love lighting. I've discovered my love of lighting through SFM. So yeah. Let's go.
When you're playing Spy, you're relying on your sneaking abilities and awareness of the situations around you in order to pull off key picks, whilst risking your fragile health. After all, you're playing one of the 4 classes, risking being taken out in a mere 2 melee hits, for the reward of picking off one of the enemy's key classes in an instant. The big earner heightens both the risk and...
This is a weird niche reference. Hi, what's happening? We're looking through my videos, Van Javico. But the soundtrack you're listening to right now is a melody I came up with for one of my high school drama performances, one of my drama and theatre performances, and I just made this melody for the background, and then now I'm reusing it in a Spy video 2 years later, or 3 years later. How weird is that? Anyway.
The reward, the risk being lower health, and the reward being a supplement of cloak and a speed boost. Therefore, I think this weapon is good for newer players wanting to be shown the ropes of what Spy can accomplish, as well as encouraging them to stay out of danger and strike only when the time is right. You know, the things you're supposed to do as Spy. This
was the thing I was really just wanting to communicate about this weapon. It's just a slightly more exaggerated version of stock Spy. That's what I think about it, basically, and it was just trying to find a way to communicate that concept. Social Incorporated, that was the name of the play. Matthew Hockenhull, you were in it. We were both cast in it because we made it. I started using SFM more than a week ago. There's a lot of things you need to fight against. Lighting is the biggest thing people can get wrong, so look up tutorial for those, absolutely. Lighting and good posing is the hardest. Most people seem to have composition down, but it's pretty intuitive. SFM's a wild beast, but it's worth getting into if you like 3D art. It helped me understand a lot of basics before tackling things like Blender and Maya in college. I agree. I've recently gotten into Blender, and my understanding with SFM, more than I thought it would, has transpired over into it. Okay. I'll try and stop pausing. I'll try and pause less frequently because we've been streaming for an hour now.
Questions on your mind right now is probably, when exactly is this knife good? Let's address this question by ironically addressing its biggest weakness.
Burst damage.
As I've stated, the big earner lowers the Spy's health to 100 HP, 100 hit points, 100 itty-bitty bits of damage before an 18-second respawn time, followed by an immediate disconnect, because that's probably what will happen when you pick this thing. At 100 HP, you stop being vulnerable against most classes, and start being vulnerable against all classes instead. A soldier and demoman can now both one-shot you with a direct hit, a scout can finish you off with ease with a meat shot that does like 1 trillion damage for some reason, and a sniper can now...
For some reason, this is supposed to be a direct hit rocket launcher, not the stock rocket launcher, because you can't get one shot as Spy with a stock rocket launcher, so that's a mistake on my part. There are a couple mistakes in this thing. Would you consider doing an art showcase vid for the Discord server? It'll promote the server and it might encourage more artists to post stuff in the Discord. An art showcase vid? Maybe. I don't know. A lot of people don't really understand what my Discord server is, and I won't really talk about it here because most people aren't in it, but it's not like a TF2 Discord, it's not a Steam Discord, it's not a Valve Discord, it's a Discord for fans of me and for my channel, you know, and for the stuff I do. It's not an art Discord, even though I love art, and there is a place in it for art, but there's a place in every Discord for art, but, you know. I don't know why it helped me with editing when I first got into SFM. Interesting. Maybe it introduced the concept of the timeline. It did help me a little bit in that department. If you're point blank, the stock will do a little over 100, I think. Will it? I thought it was capped at 90 or something. Alright.
Finish you off with 2 body shots. Any type of damage that is instant is probably also going to hit hard, which is an especially terrible situation when a gentle breeze can now kill you.
I was really proud of that edit.
Plus, if you get one shot with any of these weapons, chances are you weren't expecting it, making it feel all the more unfair when you are killed instantly without even a moment to defend yourself. Unless you do get a second chance and an escape to get your revenge, to defend your dignity. That's right, I'm talking about the Dead Ring. On the subject of watches, the Dead Ringer was just made for the big earner. If you're running this knife, there is no reason not to be running the Dead Ringer.
This was another concept that I wanted to get across, just how powerful the Dead Ringer is with the big earner. Also, you'll see me occasionally click tab to the scoreboard, just, you know, subtly showing that I'm top scoring. Will you do more of this live streams when you have time? Yeah, probably. When I get a better PC, I probably will. Stock rocket launch deals 107 damage with a direct shot. Ah, so I wasn't wrong. Oh, I just hit my mic, sorry. I wasn't wrong. Alright, didn't realize you had a Discord joined. Welcome, Rise. Thank you for joining the Discord. Welcome to hell. Yeah, okay. Cool, yeah, alright.
You were once fragile, a small French fly that merely needed to be swatted away by a direct rocket hit
Proud of that.
sent back to the spawn room. But now you are prepared. Now you don't need to be aware of what is happening in every single direction in order to stay alive for more than 12 seconds. Now, my friends, you have the Dead Ringer. The thing is, when you're running this loadout, you're not even using the Dead Ringer for its main purpose of faking your death, or even for the speed boost. You're using the Dead Ringer for that sweet, sweet damage resistance, guaranteeing a thin veil of safety in an otherwise fragile state.
A weird thing my video editor does, in the program I use, is like the text, it sort of like moves around on its own. Like, this is not where this text is supposed to be. It's supposed to be better spaced out, and my webcam just broke again. Hang on. Oh god, what's happening? Okay. It's supposed to be better spaced out, but for some reason my video editor does this, and you'll see later on how it has affected other videos.
Other watches just don't compare to the damage resistance that the Dead Ringer gives. Running the stock watch is okay, as it gives you some resistance to that direct hit soldier who taunts after every kill, but it dampens the pace that the bigger...
This was just a funny clip that I wanted to include, this part.
Speed demon, once you get a simple backstab, just being out of sight and ineffective. And this is mainly due to the fact that the Dead Ringer switches faster than the Invis watch. The Invis watch taking a couple seconds to turn invisible and take advantage of damage resistance, whilst the Dead Ringer provides an almost instant shield against burst damage. This doesn't make the Invis watch useless. As I said,
one of the things I'm trying not to do is trying not to make references and content that date, you know? I don't want to really include popular memes in my stuff, even though I just did then, although that wasn't really a popular meme, that's more of just a timeless thing. But I'm trying not to... I'm failing at it miserably, but I don't want to make stuff that will date badly in years to come, you know? So I don't really want to include references to memes, because memes have a lifespan of about 1 week nowadays anyway.
It still offers damage resistance and has reliable invisibility from said danger and large chunks of damage, as this watch can allow you to see the danger coming before it sees you. Stock weapons will always be reliable, and beginners should very much take it slow when it comes to experimenting with different playstyles. I
sent the script to a couple of people. Sorry, I'm stopping just as frequently, even though I said I wouldn't. I sent the script to a couple of people asking what they thought of it, and one person said they wanted to want me to talk about beginners a little bit, so I added just a little bit in there to briefly summarize my thoughts on how beginners should use this. Right, hang on, let's just make sure that everything's working correctly, because my webcam keeps breaking. Sorry, guys. Oh, that's my voice. Okay, like that, you know, perfect timing. Webcam breaks once again. I don't know what's happening with it. We're planning to do a little MVM podcast like Uncle Dane. Podcasts? MVM podcast? What are you talking about? I feel like I should try out DaVinci Resolve before getting to something like Sony Vegas. I've done one video using Sony Vegas. Honestly, I've got pretty good experience in the video editor I use now. To the point where I feel like I can transition pretty smoothly to Sony Vegas if need to. So.
But it doesn't hurt to know what works best in the long run. And the Cloak and Dagger is pretty much the antithesis of this weapon. If you're sitting around waiting for that one oblivious heavy to pass you by, only to pick them off and go back to
Proud of this
something
edit.
visibly and ineffective, you are vastly losing out to the whole advantage of this weapon. You have to put yourself in danger to get the best reward. Essentially, the Big Earner is all about speed, and the Cloak and Dagger is all about waiting. The two don't go well together. Let's not forget the relatively recent nerf of the Dead Ringer no longer being able to replenish Fane by picking up ammo crates, ironically making the Big Earner even more viable with the current Ringer, as it still partly replenishes the Dead Ringer on kills. You see where I'm coming from? If you're running this knife, your best bet is to pair it with the Dead Ringer. Really, the biggest downside being the incredibly stealthy noise the Dead Ringer makes when decloaking.
By far the biggest downside of the Dead Ringer. It is so loud. It is preposterously loud. Anyone who has 1% volume will hear it, and turn around. Even if they don't know that it's a spy, they're going to turn around and check out what that noise was. That's the biggest reason, the biggest downside for the Dead Ringer for me is how loud it is.
So
that was a little joke there.
watches? What about guns? What about secondaries? The problem with testing weapons in TF2 is that there isn't one metric for judging if a weapon is good or bad. Instead, we use this word viable, which basically translates to how often is this weapon effective and successful in typical gameplay situations. Is it usually an effective tool in-game? The problem that comes with this is that a weapon's viability is entirely dependent on the situation.
The current track that's playing in the background is like a little jazzy remix I did of Intruder Alert. Also, you can tell, look, this was the Rick May statues are still in here, so that's dates this recording.
For instance, is the enemy team comprised mainly of turtling engineers in that small little cubby area next to the track on High Tower? Well, in that case, you probably shouldn't be picking this knife in the first place. But if you already have it equipped, the stock revolver is probably your best bet, as it's one of the few guns that doesn't suffer a damage penalty. But wait, what's this got to do with the Big Earner? Well, dependent on the knife you choose, the effects of pairing it with certain revolvers and watches can get surprisingly complex. So sometimes choosing a simple damage dealer is all you need.
The problem with Spy and his weapons is that they're not hugely different from each other, right? So I can't make a video on every single Spy knife because there isn't a lot I can talk about that hasn't already been talked about either by me or by other YouTubers. There's not a lot of difference, hence, you know, Spy is the weakest class and the whole playstyle thing. But they're not different really, but, you know, they get backstabs. There's not, I mean, they do little things differently, but there you go. Right, MVM with YouTubers. I mean, I have a Man vs Machine series with my friends called Maniacs vs Machine that you can check out. The most recent one is the Maniac Strike Back, but I think I might be doing some more MVM stuff, possibly with YouTubers soon. Would you rather deal with a pyro with 10 hours on the class or a heavy with nearly 500? Heavies are easier to trick stab because they're slower. You can just sort of matador a lot of them. Free-to-play pyro. Free-to-plays are the scariest thing to fight against because they're so unpredictable, you know. Classes, people who are like average at the game, they're predictable, right? The middle of the bell curve. You can tell what they're going to do and where they're going. You cannot with free-to-plays. They're the scariest. I tried to Big Earn with Cloak and Dagger because it gave Cloak on kill. I was really dumb back then. Fair enough, play how you want. It's actually insane that you scored your own music with music you made. That's honestly super next level. It was also probably the biggest drag of making this video. It was the slowest part. My process for this video went footage, script, record script, put entire script over gameplay, splice the recording into the right parts, and then make music. And the music took me like 2 or 3 months. It was because I didn't want to rush music, you know. I wanted, again, it was very Kurzgesagt inspired with the whole making your own music for a video, which I probably won't be doing until the next Spy Talk video, if I will make my own music for a video again. But yeah, it was probably the longest drag. of the longest part of edit of making this video was probably the music. Alright, he's making his own soundtrack, yeah. Since you made a weakest class video, would you do a strongest class? I don't know, man. I don't want to come across as milking that formula, because it's not even a formula, it's just a thought I had once that I made into a video. So, who knows? You could do one on the kunai, though it is the most different of all knives. That's true. But the kunai has been talked about to death right now. Good God, so much respect. Thank you. It was... Oh boy. Maybe I'll do it again, who knows, but... It was such a drag, you know. The video would have been out months earlier if I didn't make my own music for it. But I'm kind of also glad I did because, you know, then this video is now 100% me. Alright.
In terms of general gun use with the big earner, I found the most useful revolver to be l'étranger. It means the stranger.
There's another Bill Wirtz inspired joke there.
This gun deals less damage than the stock revolver, but shines in accentuating the benefits of its counterparts, case in point the big earner and the dead ring. Each hit with this gun will fill the spy's clip meter by 15%. Now, let me just point out how much of a benefit that is with the big earner and dead ring pairing. I mentioned before that the dead ring had undergone that nerf where it could no longer be replenished by ammo crates. Currently the only way to replenish dead ring a cloak or feign is to go back to the resupply cabinet in spawn, or to just sit and wait for the meter to slowly tick up, or use these two weapons. Using these weapons in conjunction with one another effectively reverts the spy to before his jungle inferno nerf, as I found that the dead ring fills incredibly quickly when you use these two weapons to their maximum. So if you're running the big earner, I'd recommend starting with l'étranger as your secondary. Survey the situation, make mental notes of the enemy's team composition, which really you should be doing anyway as the intelligent spy main that you are, and make changes based on what you think would suit the flow of the game the best. Confident in your headshotting abilities and the enemy team has a lot of players that like to stand still, go for the ambassador. Getting a lot of backstabs and building destructions and living for long periods of time, make use of those kills with the diamond back.
This whole segment is kind of a bit of a reach, I'm not gonna lie, because, I mean, yeah, it's true, but it hasn't got much to do with big earner, other than, you know, the l'étranger. They don't have a lot of, like, of course there's guns that work better with certain knives than others, but, I don't know. I feel like this is just a concept I've had that I sort of communicated poorly.
Works especially well with the big earner, as it rewards you gratuitously for pulling off long chain stabs, which the big earner specialises in. Although, to be honest, the diamondback works with pretty much every knife because it's ridiculously overpowered, but that's a topic for another video. One gun I found works surprisingly well is the Enforcer.
This is true.
Largely regarded to be the weakest of Spy's guns. If you're like me and frequently change disguises for reasons that don't really matter, this gun works very, very well.
Again, doesn't really have a lot to do with the big earner, but I probably just added this part because I was trying out all the guns with it, and then I just decided to choose the Enforcer. And I think I just like the Enforcer. I don't think it really pairs as well with the big earner as I'm letting on here, but maybe it does, who knows. Feels weird how Mr. Paladin has been playing TF2 longer than most people have been alive. That's probably not most people have been alive, but it is weird, man. There's people being born now who Fortnite is older than. Tips on backstabbing scouts. Usually when they get distracted fighting another class, they like do a lot of side-to-side motion, you know, like shooting, and then sometimes they back up when like more people come to fight them. So just sort of hang behind scouts and just wait for them to back into you. Is Soldier the most mained class because he's generally better than all the other classes? He's the easiest, I think. Next to Pyro probably, and Heavy maybe, but like Soldier is, you know, is he the first class you learn a tutorial on? He's the easiest. Soldier is a weird one because when I first did the tutorial, it was whack to me that there was a character you could play as whose main weapon was a freaking rocket launcher, right? A rocket launcher. That just didn't make any sense to me. I thought it would have, okay, he's a soldier, he'd have like a machine gun or something, but he has a rocket launcher as his main weapon. What game does that? It's the best. I love TF2 so much. Shoot them in 3 alone, but Scale's not a very valuable pick. That's true. Let's say the Spy is the strongest class. How much strength do you need to instantly kill someone like the Heavy with a knife? Probably, I don't know. I don't think you could. You'll just be paralyzed if you get stabbed in the back, right? If you receive immediate, it's not like it's an instant death thing. I don't know. Pyro's probably the easiest to get kills with, but Soldier's the easy to pick up. Yeah, exactly. Soldier has a bigger skill ceiling than Pyro as well, I feel. Alright.
It works even well with the big earner, because it gives you a goddamn element of surprise when you're usually the one who's getting surprised by a direct hit pipe and a 20-second respawn timer. It gives you a way to defend yourself in your most fragile state. One more thing this weapon does have going for it is that when you are doing well with it, the big earner is fun. Being able to pull off massive chain stabs in quick succession accompanied by a rapid speed boost that rivals the Scout is an incredibly high moment of playing Spy. Getting long chain stabs is enjoyable enough, but doing so with such agile pace, scaring and confusing the hell out of enemy players.
I made this montage in a separate video editing project thing, and I thought it would be over by now. Like, I thought this would be enough clips to fill out what I was saying, hence why this is here. It's just a quick clip of me conquering against a pole on a control point. So there you go. Well, yeah, it's I don't know why was that ad-libbed? That might have been ad-libbed. Who knows? Alright.
Getting long chain stabs is enjoyable enough, but doing so with such agile pace, scaring and confusing the hell out of enemy players is an endorphin rush like no other. When it comes to the big earner, the situations become entirely risk-reward, which is what Spy is all about. This weapon isn't for pros looking to get the highest kill streak possible, and it's not for new players who just got their first item drop. It's somewhere in the middle, but no one is really sure where.
This is the general consensus I have.
Through playing and experimenting with it more, and discussing it with the community, and maybe we can find even more ways to play Spy.
Because so few people use this knife, right? Like, so few people. It's probably the least used knife. Did you reuse some clips of the montage part? I did. There was like a chain stab part on Barn Blitz that I reused, as well as probably some other bits. Yeah, there's so few people use this knife, right? Which is why it was interesting to me to talk about it. Because it's just not talked about, you know? That was one of the main points of me making this video.
So that's it. That's my take on the big earner. Honestly, this was a lot trickier to talk about than I thought, as no one is talking about the big earner in its current...
It's weird to see this profile picture. This is 2 profile pictures ago now.
Honestly, this was a lot trickier to talk about than I thought, as no one is talking about the big earner in its current state. The best I could find is people using it pre-Jungle Inferno, and even then they seem to be playing against pretty inexperienced enemies. I don't see much point in people doing well with a weapon in a situation where using any other weapon would be just as or even more effective, and then saying that that one weapon is good in certain situations.
That's the thing, right? The Spy's knives are so indifferent from each other that you can do well with something, but you can do well with something else, you know, with anything else in the big earner's case, I feel. I've literally only used that knife when I unlocked it. It's all right. It's like it's very average, very mediocre. My friend swears by the big earner. It's like the only knife he uses. Fair enough. Are you talking about casual or competitive? Because classes and weapons are vastly different. I want to get into competitive more. I want to get into the competitive scene. I'm terrified of playing Spy in competitive, and I probably never will, even though I'm a Spy main, because 1, you'll probably get vote kicked as soon as you choose Spy, and 2, Spy probably does not work well in comp, other than getting off a quick pick at the start of the round. But I don't know enough about comp to talk about Spy competitively, or play him competitively. So this is casual I'm talking about. Big Earner is actually good in comp, is it? It's fascinating.
As it stands, the big earner is very much the weakest of the Spy's knives, at least from
the entire time I was making this video, I forgot the Spycicle existed. I completely forgot, because I think Spycicle is it's my least favourite, but it seems to be more used than the big earner anyway, so this video still stands. But I completely forgot Spycicle existed. But there you go. Spycicle is somewhat different from the other knives. Downside is it's pretty bad. Yeah, that's true. Speed boost, it kind of makes side trick stabs easier. That makes sense. That's the most fun part of this knife, right? No one's expecting a Spy to be as fast as you can be with this thing. It's just freaking out. I even talk about that, just scaring the enemy players with speed boost. It's hilarious. New game minus C. Yeah. There he is. Anything Spy can do in comp, Sniper can do better. Yeah. Sniper is disgustingly overpowered when you're at the end of the bell curve and you've got tons of skill with them because you've got an entire infinite range sightline that everyone has to respect that you can one-shot people in. It's like Spy being able to backstab someone from any distance, you know?
Have you? And the people I've spoken to on the subject. From the looks of it, most people pre-Jungle Inferno absolutely loved this knife, and whether that was due to the hype of its buff in the Gunmetal update, or whether the Jungle Inferno update indirectly...
This was a weird thing. I did research. This is what the weird thing that I found about this is that everyone used to talk so much about this knife and how much it was great, and now just no one does. It's like it's fallen off the face of the earth, right? Which was another reason for me making it. It's really fascinating. The history of this knife is really fascinating to me. Everyone loved it, and then I guess no one made a video about how no one loves it anymore. So I just assumed that no one did. Just because people stopped saying good things about it, and it's changed, especially since it's changed so much. People only really mention it in passing when they're talking about general nerfs and buffs and updates. If you can react quick enough, you can gun down the pyro after popping your bicycle. Maybe with the Diamondback if you have crits saved up, but easier said than done. What do you disguise as most? Pyro, and it's a bad habit. But I will be talking more about disguises soon. So there you go. Sniper is the one OP class. Rest are to the most part balanced. Sniper's weird, right? Because he just doesn't fit at all compared to the other classes. He's so... When I first started playing TF2, I only knew the term sniper as like a bad thing you call people in Halo because they snipe and they're annoying. So to have like a class entirely based around that is really weird and kind of juxtaposes a lot of the feel of the game for me. Everyone gives up the big gun the second they get instigated by a spy checking soldier. Yeah, that's probably it, and it doesn't give you health back. People realize the extra cloak on kill doesn't matter with anything but the dead ring, and eventually it fell off the face of the earth. Yeah, exactly. It's weird. It's like everyone thought it was great, and then they realized it wasn't. You know? Yeah, right.
Impacted it as much as it did, something went wrong along the timeline of this knife's use. Maybe people eventually settled down from the gunmetal hype and realized it's still not that good, especially since the dead ring nerf. I don't know. Or maybe I'm completely wrong, and everyone else believes this weapon to be a true gift from Gaben, one of the best knives in the game. That's the beauty of opinions on the internet, and as it stands, my opinion is the big...
This is the fear, right? This is the biggest fear. Is dedicating months like this to an entire video based purely on your own opinion, and then hoping that people agree. Like, because you kind of got the high ground, because you've got the video about it, you know? And like, people would just say comments. And like most people look at the video compared to the comments. So as I say, you've got the high ground with the video, unless you're completely wrong. Most people are going to agree with you because you put this much effort into talking about it and portraying your opinion about it. But it's still just the fear that I'm wrong, you know? Especially since I had so little to go off in terms of research with this. I also disguise as pyro due to habit. It's closest to the disguise kit button, you know? It's either that or scout or spy I disguise as most, but spy kind of a pain in the ass because I have to get my second hand to press 9. Right, whatever.
Is that it's just not that great. It's had a lack of people talking about it recently for good reason. So, does that mean this video was a complete waste of time? Did I just waste 12 minutes talking about the viability of a knife that no one really uses or will use? Maybe. Or maybe someone will take this view and apply it to their own opinions on the weapon. Maybe this will help people form their own opinions, or maybe this will just get people talking about changes that need to be made to the big earner and to Spy as a whole. Because Spy often gets left out of discussions about balance changes. And if this video even invoked the tiniest of insight into where the Spy needs to go next, then that's good enough for me.
How naive I was to think that anyone from would like continue talking about this after I made it. Like if I made this video today, maybe more people would talk about it. But I don't know, man. Lowering sniper's maximum clip might balance him because then the sniper would need to rely on ammo packs in his team more for him to remain effective. I've heard one way of balancing sniper is to stop quick scopes doing maximum headshot damage, and I don't know if that would work. But it feels like it would just make it less fun, you know. I feel like TF2 needs to just remain what it is right now, I reckon, because that's one of the reasons Overwatch sort of died off, is because they changed stuff like every week. They didn't allow time. It's one of the reasons I left Overwatch. They didn't allow time for a meta to set, and TF2 has been relatively unchanged since it came out, you know? So everyone kind of knows what each class does, how powerful each class is, when to use which class, what each class does. You can use the Wikipedia as your own personal research guide. It's because nothing really changes, and in a way, that's good, you know, because it allows a meta to set, which is what I think Overwatch did badly. They just change stuff every week. We'll talk about blah, blah, every class depends on movement so much, even heavy sniper just doesn't. Yeah, as I say, he's just weird. He juxtaposes the rest of the classes and the entire feel of the game for me. But like, now that he's been in the game, I can't imagine him not being in it, you know. I disguise a spy or engineer the most so I don't look too suspicious when I go into close to a sentry gun. I disguise a spy coming out of spawn, because then it makes sense for an enemy spy to be near the enemy spawn. Have you used the concise disguise menu? What is that? What? No, I haven't. I also think quick scope must be balanced, like you can't deal 150 and later get some amount of charge. Maybe. Hey daddy. Hello Yuki. Whatever. I know TF2 logic makes no sense, but why does he have a 25 shot clip? That's true, I guess. Less headshot damage wouldn't make a big difference for me because I can't hit them. Same, dude. I don't play sniper enough because he's one of those classes, if you pick sniper, everyone's just sort of, ugh, you know? Like everyone's waiting for a soldier or demo or medic, and then you pick sniper and they're just like, ugh. And notice me, senpai. I've noticed you, Yuki. Why does the panic attack have a drum at the front? I don't know. Is it supposed to be a drum fed? Because then you load the... I don't know. Like, where did the bullets go? Overwatch completely changing the meta every 3 weeks. That's, yeah, absolutely. Same new game minus. They changed too much, too quickly. And I just got bored, you know? So in a way, TF2 not being updated is good. There you go. I like quick scoping overhealed scouts that have about 150 health. Do you think there's a merit in disguising a member of your own team, or do you think it's just cheesy gimmick cheese? I think coming out of spawn, I think I learned from Mr. Paladin, disguising as a like a class like Pyro on your own team coming out of spawn. It scares off the enemy and it is actually effective. But as I say, I'm going to be talking about disguises more. So shh. How many videos in are you? We're not that far in, but it's only because I'm watching the entirety of the Big Earner. All right, and we're almost done with it. So after this, we should be a speed run to the finish. Hint, you're looking great. Thank you, Ender Boy. That's really nice. The concise disguise menu is a thing in the advanced options that divides the class into 3 groups, so you don't have to stretch your hand to the 9. All right. I don't know. That sounds like too much effort for me. I'll give it a shot. Sans Earthbound. I'll give it a shot. I like disguising as a friendly heavy and pretend to be a hoovy nobody respects. That is a disgusting tactic. Oh my god, I forgot that's even a thing. You are a disgusting Prismo, but that is, yeah, definitely. That is, unfortunately, that's viable. Tried it once, it was super weird, but if I used it for a while, I think I get used to it. Alright, I'll give it a go. I have above average aim, I can play sniper pretty well, but every kill I get doesn't feel earned. Like every player headshot, there's no way of fighting back. Exactly. It's such a weird feeling class. It's like Spy, but just more annoying and less deserved, you know? Because it's not like... You're not afraid of the enemy's skill, but... Well, you are afraid of the enemy's skill. You're just afraid of... It's so uncounterable. Unless you're within close range of the sniper. Alright. We're near the end of this video anyway now.
So, thank you for watching and listening to maybe a pointless ramble, but hopefully you've now gained some newfound knowledge from a semi-experienced spy main. And hopefully you continue to support my output of that knowledge by maybe leaving a nice comment or something. Or maybe by subscribing, so that I have some kind of morale boost to keep doing what I'm doing, because I love doing what I'm doing. Discussion is good, and informing people in an easily digestible manner is one of my favourite things to do.
Yeah. Alright, just wrapping up stuff there. So that's it, that's the Big Honor. Best video I've ever made. Go watch it. I then posted the soundtrack to it, which I made. do you play any other games other than TF2? Yeah, I play Minecraft. I play a lot of Fall Guys recently. Sea of Thieves, although not as much recently. Just stuff, you know. It's. I'm very much a jack of all trades. Hence why I only have 1,000 hours. You know, only 1,000 hours. But, yeah, there we go. But TF2 is always favorite game ever made. Alright, building essentially, another montage I just did, literally based off of only because I thought of the title, and I was like, oh, I should do an engineer montage called Building Essentially, that'd be cool. Another stick fight video, nice work. It's really easy to name videos when, you know, there's like a running bit in it. Oh, Leah and Rowan here, hey guys. Hello. At least people know there's a spy, but for Sniper, you know he's there, but can't do anything but waiting for a teammate, sniper, spy, or a scout to kill him. That's the thing, isn't it? It's unfair to fight against. I feel Overwatch needs time to set a real meta, much like League of Legends, yeah. Another casual spy video, which people enjoy. Oh, jeez. It's hard now to judge what videos are doing well and what videos aren't, because after Spy is the weakest, everything blew up, you know? League of Legends has a meta that changes every patch. I don't know. HintShot community Minecraft server. It is a thing. We do have it. Hi, Leah. Yo, yo, yo. Then again, patches keep changing who's relevant, so I feel like it could be a good thing. Brings older, weaker classes into the limelight. I don't know. I don't play League of Legends. Uno. I did an Uno video. This did well. Why did this do well? It's Uno. Yeah, that's just another, because I don't want to, around here I was thinking like, oh, I don't want to be just a TF2 YouTuber, but like, I kind of do now. I'm probably going to regret saying that, but I just love TF2, you know, and it's what people enjoy, it's what I enjoy, why not just do only TF2, but I think I will probably still do more variety content, you know. Did a Minecraft video as well, this was great, the escape room. So basically, we have a Minecraft server, right? We don't really play on it anymore. It's kind of dead. And, because we're all burnt out. But, I did this. I built an escape room for my friends. And then we did it, and this was really fun. It was kind of a roleplay thing. There is Minecraft roleplay on the HintShot channel. How weird is that? But this is cool, you know. This is the first video I ever made where there was multiple perspectives edited into one, which I wanted to do more of. We did a Gmod build battle thing with multiple perspectives that we recorded, but it's probably not going to be uploaded. Because one, it wasn't that great. I can edit it so it will be great, but it wasn't worth. It's not worth editing into, you know, like 4 different perspectives into one video, because this was kind of it was fun. It was weird. It was just kind of a pain in the ass. But I felt like a proper like editor, you know. Like this is what the Yogscast and shit do. So no. I made little triangles for people. Their names. Oh, you can't see it because of my face. I made little triangle names for people. The top left. Whenever it was their perspective. So. And there you go. Okay, what was next? G-Man Suite. I was really proud of this. I got obsessed with Half-Life Alyx. Fantastic game. And I loved the story I loved G-Man in it. I loved his theme in it. I thought it was very underrated. So I just made my own thing. I do love that. There we go. Alright. Maniac Strike Back. This was, first of all, the title is a Star Wars reference, of course. But this was another entry in the Maniacs vs. Machines series. Maniacs vs. Machines is a series I do with my friends where we just dick around playing MVM. And this was the latest entry into it, because I hadn't done one for a while, hence Maniac Strike Back. So, yeah. That was a fun video. Okay. Ibanob 3, we lose our minds. Another casual spy. And then right behind you, Right Behind You, as I've said before, definitely my favourite remix I've ever done. It originally, if I scroll back to the Big Earner, I originally made Right Behind You, like the bass line part of it, or whatever, for the outro song for this video. Right? It sounds awesome. I loved it so much. So I made it into a full remix. And I love it. And now I use it as my outro still. I haven't been speaking to people well. A lot more use Diamondback, like how you'll everything to using it. It's usually sort teams with 5 spies. I see the Diamondback so often actually. What's right behind me? It's it's a song in the TF2 soundtrack that I remixed. Right Behind You is the best song. I think it is. Right Behind You tends to get remixed a lot. I think you'd love the version of Right Behind You too. I've heard it. It's great. Right Behind You is one that's remixed a lot, along with Kozowski Kick. But you know, it's worth it. You know, they're some of the best tracks. Rocketeering, which is a Soldier montage that I made because I just felt like doing it because I've been playing a lot of Soldier recently. This is when I started to believe that Soldier was going to be my secondary main. So I just made montage using a song that I was not one of my favorites. Pandem Crits. I love this video. And I know they're not all random crits, okay? I know. I know they're not. I know some of them aren't even crits at all. But this, this is one of my things, right? I have ideas that I brew over a long time that I think and develop. And then I just have ideas that I have at like 3 in the morning that I just write down and then do the next day. And this is one of those. And, you know, I made it. And it turned out exactly like I wanted it to, and it was great. I thought it was hilarious. And it's so dumb. But I love it. This is what I want my channel to be, right? I decide on something I want to make, and I just make it. That's what I want. So yeah, like that video, another stick fight video, and then we have. Yeah, wait, I'll talk to people for a second first. Dan, this SFM post, very nice. The thumbnail for this stream, I like it as well. Are you a Santa believer or denier? I don't know, man. I don't want to say. I don't know memes nowadays. I don't know whether the Santa believer or the denier is the good one. I really don't. What do you want from me? I genuinely. All right. Anyway, but. What's your opinion on community projects like creators.tf, and do you play on them? I love creators.tf. They're doing great work. I've played a lot on creators.tf. I really think it's the future of TF2, and that's that. Even though, you know, it will never have the charm or polish that Valve puts into stuff, but it gets damn close, you know? All we need now is the frontline update. Pan crit, canned left. That's pretty much what this video is. Pan always crits, it does, which is why I made this video. Gets hit by consecutive pan crits, muffled sobbing. Random crits aren't really, they're simply random bursts of skill. I hate random crits so much. Worst thing in the game. Show us your worst vid. That would be my first video. That would be my first video I ever made, this one right here.
Only spy. It seems I am not the only spy.
Why does this have 2.7 thousand views? Why? Why did 2.7 thousand? I even posted a comment. Please stop watching this video, because people just kept. It was the first video, right? I was just doing animation practice. I made a channel. I decided to upload it. Why? Why does it have 2.7 thousand? I don't know. I hate it. Don't watch anything down here, they're all bad, and I sound squeaky voiced, but it's fine, you know? All that matters is the now. And I think the now is pretty great. Who else evolves the presents at the Christmas tree? That's true, it must be. Santa must be existing there. Santa must be a thing. Congratulations. Just note it's HintShot, you need to update your video title for 5k. I updated it as a joke, you know. I don't think anyone's going to be watching an update video where I thank my subscribers for a sub. I don't think anyone's going to watch a sub milestone video now, even though it's got 10k views for some reason. So I'm probably not going to update it, you know? But, because the thumbnail isn't going to change anyway, so what's the point? But, who knows, maybe I'll just get bored. It seems I'm not the only spy. But this was the first video I went to watch after discovering your channel. You watched my first ever video after discovering my... I am so sorry. Hey, listen. I'm so sorry. I don't know. I mean, it's where it all started, right? Watch the second video I made. That was the first ever montage I did. Much better. Than a shitty 3-second animation that I did as practice that for some reason got popular. Alright. The best way to balance random crits instead of just removing them is to do random mini crits when beginners are shocked to visit, but still be funny to the random. Random crits aren't that funny. It's like one, for me personally, this is my opinion, okay? But let me get the face zoom for this. This is my opinion, right? 1 in 100 times are random crits funny. Once in a blue moon are random crits funny. Other times, they're just the most annoying shit ever. They're the worst, right? They feel so undeserved. They like, you think you're going to win a fight. You deserve to win a fight. And then a random crit just nullifies it. It's dumb. They should be removed, I think. And yeah, I don't think you can half-ass it and do random mini crits. I mean, I don't know how it would play, but I think they should just remove it altogether. Speaking of thumbnails, love the work you put into yours. It's something I always appreciate. Thank you, Sans Earthbound. I think there's a real art to the thumbnails, right? And it's basically me forcing in my artistic sense, because I do have like experience with art, and you know, as I say, I started SFM before I started YouTube properly. So I was like, hey, I can incorporate these things, and then I got better with SFM. And you know, I watched SFM artists, and yeah. I just think, you know, maybe I put too much effort in. That's my channel in a nutshell, right? Before this video, everything before this video was just me putting in too much effort. Everything before Spy is the Weakest Class was just me putting in too much effort. And getting, like, I got a reward out of it. Some videos popped off incredibly. But I just put too much effort into everything. And it was kind of disheartening when stuff didn't do well. But now it is doing well, so you know, stuff's paying off. I think they are bloody hilarious. That's fair enough. Melee fights would be more fun and interesting without random crits. That's all you're depending on, right? When you pull out your melee weapon, when you're on the back foot, you're just depending on random crits to save the day, which is not what they should be. It's not a mechanic that should exist. Watch Uncle Dane's video. Random crit funny, haha, funny, ha, look it funny. Thank you, Ben Shapiro. Yeah, I agree, Layla. Every single time the topic of random crits was addressed at Valve HQ, the TF team made sure to be high on crack beforehand. It's just a weird mechanic, isn't it? It just shouldn't be a thing anymore. It's so outdated. I feel bad whenever I get a random crit and insta-pop. Same. I have a bind that apologizes when I kill someone with a random crit, where it just says in chat, sorry for the crit. They're so undeserved. It feels horrible to get killed by one. It feels horrible to get one and kill someone with it. It's just bad all around, you know. Random crits are only funny if the target deserved it. I trash talking scout got random crit. That's true. Yeah, I usually taunt after those as well. Sup, man? You look like a Chad. Thanks. I'm a Chad. Christ. My friend on Discord is playing Cyberpunk 2007. Damn, Cyberpunk 2007. Jeez. I can't think of anything funny for that. If they do the 10th mercenary, never gonna have what type of mercenary should it be? That is an impossible question. They shouldn't add a 10th mercenary, but I don't know what. Sometimes I do like looking at the class selection when I've been playing a game for a while. I feel like there is something missing sometimes, but I don't really know what. I think it's just like I think I'm just looking for consistent damage from all ranges. I think that's what I want most. In a class, in a new class. Well, who's your favorite SFM artist? Pybun. Let me find. They don't do SFM, especially TF2 SFM as much now. They just do great art, but excellent SFM artist. Oh, they still do SFM. She still does. Best SFM artist. Go follow her. Great stuff. They're inspiration. They're an inspiration to a lot of my posters that I've made. You can search a lot of the art that you think was a lot of the art that you've probably seen was probably done by Pybun. Let me try and find some. Like just search Pybun art on Google. You just get all this great stuff. Look at it. So cool, man. She made her own models and stuff. And look at this. Look how awesome that is. Oh, hang on. Oh, shit, you're not even seeing it. Oh, shit. Crap. Look at that. This stuff. Paint overs. Drawings. Own models. Custom SFM shit. It's amazing. Right. Okay, see ya, new game. New game minus. See you later. Excited to see what year brings for you and your channel. Thank you. Likewise. I was on the wrong camera, you were right. I'm sorry, I apologize, but look at this stuff. It's so awesome. Such an inspiration. They do. She does a lot of thumbnails for Uncle Dane, which is probably where you recognize the style. But anyway, right. Alright, channel. Where were we? We're almost there, folks. We're almost at the end. We'll finish at 2 hours, probably. Alright, see you, Matt. Random crits. And then, Kazotsky Kick Remix. This was a long time coming. I like this remix a lot. A lot of people like it. And as I say, it was a long time coming. Like, of course I was going to do a Kazotsky Kick remix, right? My channel is so weird, man. I do music, I do games, I do montages, I do whatever random bullshit I want. And, yeah, I had this idea of Heavy walking around. Because I just played a lot of Hightower. I played a lot of Hightower around this point, right? And, just admiring what goes on around Hightower made me want to make something like this, like an animation of just Heavy walking around and just all the random bullshit that happens at Hightower going on around him. And then I decided to incorporate it into this. And yeah, I like the song. Definitely one of my favourites. Probably my second or third favourite that I've ever done. Yeah, it seems to be a big favourite in a lot of people. Yeah, I agree, Sans Earthbound. Why does it sound so different in fight songs than it does in game? Like, there's no, like, people cheering in the fight songs version. It's weird. I don't know why there's two versions. I think the game version is better. Zoom Remix sounds cool. Thank you. A lot of people love that. And then, Spy Weapons tier list. This was a completely... This has 32,000 views. So this was weird, right? I just sort of... This is just completely different to anything I've done before. This was not scripted. I just thought of a couple points beforehand. I saw Uncle Dane's, and I was like, I should do that. You know, solidify myself as a spy YouTuber. So that's what I did. I made a tier list of stuff, and it got a lot of people angry, I think, probably. I don't know. A lot of comments on this. This is another one of those videos. This is one of those videos that blew up after Weakest blew up. Because it's like, I don't know, it's just a very general video, you know? I think the title helps a lot. Also, one of my best posters I've ever done, which is now my icon, right? I love it. I love this poster so much. Let me see if I can get the full version up for you. This. I love this poster. Put so much work into it. And yeah, I love it a lot. I think it's very Wes Anderson kind of. I haven't even seen John Wick, but a lot of people compared it to John Wick. My main inspiration was Knives Out. You know, the circle of knives in Knives Out. Brilliant film. And yeah, it became my icon, incidentally, just because I loved it so much and the video did so well. And then I used it once on Discord to see if it would look good, and it did, so I just changed everything to it. And now I might be changing my icon again soon, so who knows. I know it's coming later, but my favourite vids have to be Scream Fortress and Fall Guys vids. What? Really? Weird. Those are like my most underperforming videos. They're just regular gameplay ones, underperform compared to everything else, I think. So, wow, it's weird that that's your favourite, but I appreciate it very much. Your opinion on robots. I do like robots. Robots is a good soundtrack. Knives Out has to be one of my favourite movies ever. It is a fantastic movie. Love it so much. Did a speed up. This was mainly to announce the fact that I had a Patreon. So I have a Patreon now. This is when I did it. This was originally a Patreon only video, but then I just thought no one's on my Patreon yet, so I may as well just make it public and kind of advertise it. No one joined, of course, because it was barely an advertisement anyway. So I advertised it properly in this. The intro and outro for this video is completely ad-libbed. I just completely improvised this. But yeah, this is on the Minecraft server again. We have a place on the server where we just restarted, made an island with no rules basically, and you have these sticks that do big knockback. And I made kind of a series about it. We've got like 2 videos about. How many videos do I have about it? It's just one. I just have the one. I have the one Yeet Town video. We've got some other stuff recorded. It's probably all going to be scrapped. We did a birthday thing on Minecraft for Jago. But you know, if you want to see more Minecraft, if you want more Minecraft, you know, feel free to ask for it, and I'll probably make it. But as I say, gameplay stuff that isn't TF2 tends to underperform. We then also got Fall Guys. This was season 2. It was season 2, so I decided to do a video on it. And I love Fall Guys. Fall Guys, great recently. It kind of died after Among Us became popular, but I still love it. I did a video on it. I still play it now. Season 3 is great, although I'm not recording anything. I'm probably never going to do a Fall Guys video again, but oh well. At least a lot of these videos that aren't TF2 are just me putting stuff out there that shows that I don't just play TF2, right? It's sort of like proof. Like I did Sea of Thieves videos before. When was my last Sea of Thieves video? I didn't do one this year, did I? Here, I did a Sea of Thieves montage, like a year ago. I love Sea of Thieves, but it's just basically just proof that I play stuff other than TF2. Apparently season 2 was kind of bad. It was kind of bad. Not a lot of people liked it because it only added a few new things, and it took a long time to get here. And yeah, whatever. You know, the gaming community this year has been absolutely awful. It was poor indie developers, right? Because gamers this year, I'll do a face zoom when I talk about this. Gamers this year, you've got me started on this now. They've sort of just found the latest thing, ravaged it, and then moved on to another thing. You know, there's it's brutal trying to be a game developer, and I feel bad for them because, you know, indie as it becomes easier and easier to make games, more people are doing it. More people are making games that get successful. More people run to those games because there's not much coming out at the moment, and not enough coming out to slake the lust of gamers. And then the game dies because the developer can't support it enough to keep up with the player base. And yeah, you know, that's that. And then the cycle continues. A new person makes a new thing, and then all the gamers run to that, and then ravage that real quick. So, you know, whatever. It's a weird market at the moment, but maybe it'll be better once COVID's over. But I doubt it. I think it's only just going to get worse, and I think indie devs are going to become more prevalent. Indie games are going to become more prevalent. Of course, I don't think big companies' games are going to die out. Like, they will always be successful. This year we had Doom Eternal, Half-Life Alyx, and Animal Crossing, and they were all hugely successful. But yeah, I think that's just the state of the gaming industry at the moment, the gaming market. Next, we have playing Scream Fortress 12 incorrectly. And if you want any proof that my TF2 videos do better than my non-TF2 ones, this one has 1,073 views now, which is mostly owed to, as I say, Spy is the Weakest blowing up. But I'm gonna freaking drink water because I'm thirsty. But this video did well because Spy is the Weakest class did well. Closing window. It did well before, like more well than I thought it would, but it did especially well. It like really blew up with Spy is the Weakest class. So yeah, that did well. How are you this underrated? A lot of my channels live up until this point has just been people telling me how underrated I am, and I'm like, thanks, it's really nice, but like, I mean, it doesn't. I don't want to say it doesn't help because that sounds really mean, but yeah, it's weird, you know. Everyone telling you you're underrated. I'm just like, okay, any day now, and you know, I guess that day has come, and it's surreal finally. So what I did here, I started my Patreon, and every month, well, most months on my Patreon, I basically publish post a roadmap that just details what videos are going to come out that month. So hence why this remix, I'm okay with this remix. It's not one of my favorites. I tried a lot of new things, but dog or cat, who's better? Dog is better. This remix I just made because I had to, because it was Halloween, and I already posted it on Patreon saying that I would make it. So I did, you know. And I'm okay with it. It's an alright remix. Not one of my favourites, even though some people really like it. And at this time, a lot of people don't know this, all these SFM posters, you're probably wondering where they all came from, right? I made all of these, and throughout all of October this year, I did a daily challenge, where I made a new SFM poster every day, but I was only allowed to use one light. It was called Mopple Spedo, making a 1-point lighting SFM poster for every day in October. And I did it. I made a challenge out of it because, you know, it was my own personal Inktober, because you can't really do Inktober when you're an SFM artist. So there you go, I did that. And then I planned to put them all in this video. And they're all here. Some of them I love loads. This one is now my desktop background. It's definitely my favourite. There are a couple of them, some good ones here. Like this one. Where's the pyro one? There was a good pyro one. I did this one. Love this one. I just love minimalist. This is all an SFM, by the way. No editing used. Just by breaking SFM, this is what you can do with it. It's beautiful. And this is cool. This little effect that happens around the pumpkin was great. And yeah, this was the final day one. And most people didn't know this. This is a mixture of my face and Spy. That's what this poster is. I'll try and find an actual version of it that you guys can see. This is it. Right, this is my face and Spy, and I really like it. That was cool. This was really an unofficial face reveal, is what this was, and yeah, that's that. All right, and then okay, and then I've got the Marasmus poster, And then I thank the patrons. Alright. So yeah, I have a Patreon now. Subscribe. You should subscribe to my Patreon. You should give me money. That would be really cool if you gave me money. I would like it very much. You don't have to, but you can. I haven't played the first Team Fortress. No. All right. Then this series. This is a series I planned for a long time. I originally planned to just do this throughout all of November. And I probably would have if I didn't make Spires the weakest class. But this is a series that I've started now, where I just try and complete all the contracts and try and get the Australian contractor. And I've got footage for the next episode, and that'll be up in January. And yeah, it feels cool to be doing a TF2 series again, because I haven't done an actual series in like probably since the TF2 Mindset, which is the first ever series I did. So it feels good to be doing that. Alright, we are now on to the big one. Ladies and gentlemen, Spy is the weakest class in TF2. This frickin' video, it's now at 146,000. This comment has 1k likes. Mr. Swipes commented on it. This video, before this video, bit of perspective, before this video, I had 340 subscribers. That has now been multiplied by 20. 340 subscribers before this video. I'm now at 6.6 thousand. It genuinely the most surreal experience of my life, right? The fact that this blew up and my channel did as well. So this video I made in this video could have literally been made in 3 days. I spent a day on the script, and then I edited the crap out of it for 2 days, right? I edited myself to death making this video for 2 days. And then I just put it up. And I think there might have been an extra day where I made the poster. But, you know, it was at the point where I put too much effort into this video for it to not do well, you know? Like, I knew it was going to do well, but holy shit. 146,000 views. I was mad. This was insane when this hit 1,000, and then when this hit 10,000, and then it hit 40,000, and then I was like, okay, I'm making a video on this because this is insane. And now it's at 150,000. That's over 1/10 of a million. You know? Why? What the hell? Oh my god. How did you react to blow up this vid? Just that. Just loads of what the hell, oh my god, what, why, how, what. Because I was a tiny YouTuber before this. I was alright. But I was like, no one knew who I was. It's, God, it's weird, man. And, yeah, there you go. So many people joined my Discord. People now recognize me in-game, which is the weirdest experience, to be recognized in-game, because people know who I am, which is wild. I've got a fan base now. It's life-changing, man. I'm so proud that I've managed to do this. You know, it feels so good because I've been at this for a while, so it feels good to get something back from it, you know. So I'm becoming I'm a TF2 YouTuber now. So show the viewers fat HintShot after this. Absolutely not. They have to join the Discord. Hey guys, if you want to see fat HintShot, join the HintShot community Discord server. Link is in the description. You know what else is a link in the description? My Patreon. Subscribe to the HintShot Patreon now, and you can get cool things like giving me money, and also other things are there. But I'm downplaying it for the sake of this joke. All right. So yeah, Discord. I now have Drew. I do have Drew, unfortunately, but you know, every little helps. Oh god, loads of people have been joining the Discord as I've been streaming this. Jesus Christ. All right. Yeah, so, I have a fan base now. What will you do when you hit 1 million subs? I won't hit 1 million subs. No TF2 YouTuber hits 1 million subs. That's not a thing that happens. Is there a TF2 YouTuber with 1 million subs? I think Lazy Purple is like 800, 900,000, right? I don't know how much Soundsmith has. Uncle Dane has like 600,000. I'm not going to hit 1 million subs. We're proud of you. Thank you. Thank you all so much. This is all because of you guys. This is all you, but I'll be sappier at the end. Imagine HintShot doing ASMR. People really like my voice. This is a weird thing that I didn't realize would be a thing. There aren't a lot of English TF2 YouTubers out there. There aren't a lot of I don't know. I think I'm not I'm not that high energy. I'm not like, you know, I'm more professional than the other English TF2 YouTubers. The only one I can really think of right now is Peter Scraps. But, you know, I've got a cool identity going, I guess. People like my voice, which is good. British. Just bought your ways of 1 mil. I remember Muselk. I forgot to mention him as one of my inspirations. Muselk. Huge inspiration for me. Love for the guy. Unfortunate that he left, but, you know, whatever works for him. Alright.
This video, I'm going to talk about Spy.
Let's watch this video.
Which probably isn't going to come as a surprise, but note that this video is not a spy talk video. That series is more aimed to inform and help spy players on their adventures as the class, which is not what this video is. What this video is an open discussion on a thought that's been brewing in my head for a while now. Spy is the weakest class in TF2.
I love this intro, right? Because I don't really usually do proper intros. Other than hello, hello, HintShot here, which I only really do on solo commentaries. You know, this is a pretty cool intro. It's an actual intro that I did. Essentially, even beyond the charming accent, your voice is just super soothing. Thank you. It's weird. I can't hear my own voice as anything other than just how I talk, so I don't really know how it sounds, in a sense. Ever heard of Walt? I have heard of Walt. Recently, I've heard of Walt. Who's Walt? I think Walt's on my server. I think, maybe? Is Walt on my server? Why do I know Walt? I don't know. I know Walt somewhere. Okay. Alright.
From what I've seen, there are two extreme sides to this argument. Those agreeing completely, and those disagreeing and almost feeling insulted by the statement.
Just opening this. I had a lot of panic with this video because when I finished editing it, it came out really laggy and really choppy, and it scared me that this video couldn't be made. So what I did is I downscaled the export. I made it lower quality so that I could actually like be watchable, because it was like running at like 1 frame per 2 seconds, and I don't know why. I think it's just because my video editor is getting old now and it wasn't prepared for as dense a video as this to be made inside of it. So, you know, this video, you know, it could have crashed at one point. It could have just not been made on so many occasions. My favourite quote from the Spies Week's class vid: random bull honk flames that weren't even directed at you. I was just going to leave the bullshit in and just not censor myself. But then I thought, nah, you know, this is more of an information video. It's not an entertainment video. I should censor it. Kids will probably watch this. I should just keep it as family friendly as possible, you know? So I censored it with a funny spy snort.
However, note that I'm saying the weakest class in TF2, not the worst class. That title still belongs to Pyro.
So many people got mad about this. So many people got mad about this random throwaway gag where I say Pyro is the worst class. It's kind of what I believe, but like, it was just a throwaway bit, guys. It was just a throwaway bit that I did. I just decided to do it for the sake of not keeping the video 100% serious, but so many people got angry about this. Like, not angry. Some people got angry, but like, I don't know, man. I'm scared now because I've got thousands of people watching this. I wasn't expecting, this was a throwaway bit. I wasn't expecting this video to get 150,000 views and so many people to criticize this one throwaway line. But whatever, I guess.
And I'm being very picky about my wording here because despite initial reactions, there is a distinction between the two. And whether you're on my side or not, I'd appreciate healthy discussion rather than unhealthy discussion. I'm pretty sure this is an argument that most people can agree to anyway, but it's worth saying nonetheless.
And they did. Most people did agree to this. Most people shared the same consensus that Spy is the weakest class. And if you didn't, then like you could understand the point at least. And as I said before, there's the whole moral high, well not moral high ground, there's the whole high ground you've got because you made the video and all they're doing is making a comment. So who's got the better argument here? Who's got the more in-depth, understandable argument? You do, because you made the video.
Now, the immediate response I seem to get when I bring this thought up is, but I can top score as Spy and absolutely decimate the enemy team. There's no way he's the weakest.
A lot of lazy purple inspiration right here. Trying to make like something that wasn't quite animation, but it also, you know, it was just a little thing I decided to do because I was like, why not, you know, get a bit of lazy purple in there. So I did. What's your favourite hat? My favourite hat is the hat of cards, which I have on my Spy, and it's kind of the icon for my channel now. It's what I use for everything, because it's just like, it's a cool hat, I guess. I unboxed it once, on like the first year I did of playing TF2, and it's now part of my identity, I guess. That's cool. Also, he's got Halo 3 rat here he's using as a mouse. No one's pointed that out yet. It's making me upset that no one's talking about this.
And fair enough, you're a good Spy player. But I would argue that if you're at the skill level where you can top score as Spy, you can also choose literally any other class and do just as good, or more often than not, better than if you were playing Spy. A good Spy will almost certainly lose a 1v1 deathmatch against, for example, a scout of equal skill.
This is one of my strongest arguments, right? It was just Spy will lose a matchup against every other class. It's just simple argument, makes sense, contributes a lot. Also, this loadout is is from one of my patrons. If you subscribe to my £10 Patreon, I put your loadout in one of my videos, and this was This was Ender's loadout, I think. Was this Ender's loadout? I think so. I think this was Ender's loadout. So yeah, there you go.
Damage output and maneuverability far exceed what the Spy can keep up with. Factor in that most of the game's classes also have more health than the Spy, and you end up with a class that's outshined in fighting ability by every other class. Except maybe Medic, but I don't know man, the Uber saw crits every 2 swings and the needle gun can actually be quite deadly. Tangent aside, this is a 1v1 situation.
That was weird, right? It was like, damn, gotta head off, big rats in the 6%K and more, you lovely man, take care. See ya, Alurine Melduin. I have no idea how to pronounce your name. See ya, thanks for the support. Okay. Yeah, Medic is weirdly powerful sometimes. I just decided to put that in there as a little throwaway thing, but also like, Medic's kind of powerful because no one suspects Medic to be as powerful, right? Maybe I should do an in-depth analysis of Medic's fighting ability.
Situation we're talking about here, and Spy is not a frontline class. He requires a lot of skill and game sense to be used effectively, hence why he's always put pretty high up on charts based off of skill ceilings, which is basically a measurement of how good you can get at a class given enough time and practice. For the Spy, that ceiling is pretty damn high, along with most of the other classes, which is why TF2 is so lovable and addicting, but anyway, what I'm trying to say here is Spy is easy-ish to learn and really damn hard to master. Which means it can feel kinda disheartening when you're in the mastering phase of Spy and getting killed by literally every other class as soon as you're found out. Which leads me on to Spy's key strength, not being found out. For 90% of people who play Spy, as soon as you get caught out, you're more often than not as good as dead. Hell, even when you're invisible, you can still be called out by some random bullshit flames that weren't even directed at you.
There you go. I wrote that line into the script and then I was like, oh man, I'm gonna have to try and get gameplay now where that actually happens to me. And it happened like 3 times in my first recording. So it is an actual thing that happens enough to warrant that line in the script. One of my most OP things is a medic pocketing a Sorga medic. I couldn't kill him with a blast piece and I'm a heavy main. Jesus. Yeah, that needs to be looked into by someone.
Spy's entire strength lies in him being sneaky and imperceptible to the enemy team, hence the name Spy. So it would make sense that he is much weaker when attempting to take on the enemy mano a mano. However, this also has the unfortunate downside that, unlike the majority of classes, stacking Spies doesn't work.
More lazy purple inspiration here. Made 2 separate posters just for this little gag. And yeah, there you go. Just trying to force in my artistic ability into every possible alcove.
It's basically a meme at this point that if you have a good handful of heavies on the cart, you're pretty much guaranteed a victory. Or if you have some more versatile, higher damage dealing classes on your side, like Demo or Soldier, you've got a pretty good upper hand. This is not applicable to Spy. It's pretty widely known that the fewer spies you have on your
Also, all of these renders of these classes that I also did when I in the bit before where I was comparing to them how Spy will lose a matchup against them, I did those all myself in SFM. These are all done myself. Most of this stuff, most of these assets you'll see I made myself, except like item icons.
upper hand. This is not applicable to Spy. It's pretty widely known that the fewer spies you have on your team, the better. I'd say have no more than 2, otherwise you run into the problem that unless these spies are in the 1% of god tier spy mains, you have a few players on your team that are basically idle.
This is not my screenshot, this is off Reddit or somewhere.
And not as capable of dealing damage or affecting the game. This is why I'd suggest anyone looking to main Spy should also get good at an effective damage dealing class that's reliable in more competitive situations. My personal secondary main is Soldier, just due
That's
to
the
his
contract conquest
reliability in
thumbnail.
damage dealing, and the fact that how well we do with him isn't entirely dependent on the enemy team's ability to turn around. The entire playstyle of Spy is very difficult for new or average players, which make up the majority of players, to be effective with. It's better for new players to pick up a simple damage dealer like Heavy or Soldier in order to be more successful, as they have a simpler and easier to learn playstyle. Speaking of playstyles, Spy has none. There is no variation to this class. You be sneaky and stab people, and sometimes use a revolver.
This is my main point, right? I thought about this a lot around the same time that I started thinking that Spy is the weakest. There's just nothing playstyle wise, and people, the biggest argument against this is gun Spy, right? Which I was going to talk about, but I briefly covered it when I say like
there is no variation to this class. You be sneaky and stab people, and sometimes use a revolver.
I say sometimes use a revolver, and like that's supposed to kind of cover gun Spy. It didn't really do that. But gun Spy is just, I don't think a playstyle is using one weapon that like more. That's all gun Spy is, using gun. That's not a playstyle. I don't define that as a playstyle, and people will get mad about that, and people have gotten mad about that. And then there was also someone saying that another playstyle for Spy is just playing more aggressively, and like just like being super aggressive, like kunai Spy. And I don't know if that, I don't think really like the thing that can be classed as a playstyle, because it's something most classes can't try. You know, most like all the other playstyles, like Trollger for instance, you can pick up and try out and instantly try and get better at it. Being an aggressive Spy is not a playstyle. It's being a good Spy, and then you try something else. You can't start playing Spy and then start doing an aggressive playstyle. It won't work. The bomb knife thing that you mentioned was really cool. It was like an old what was it called? The inside jab. It was just like an old weapon I just remembered from this really old Musoak video that I watched. And I was just like, oh man, that's a really cool concept. I should put that in. I should talk about that. And it's somehow in my cranium, I pulled out that old memory of that weapon concept. And what do you know? I put it in this video.
Honestly, this realization has only come to me recently, but it's true once you start thinking.
Also, the music in the background is the same music from, I think it's G-Man Suite, and also the Spy Talk the Big Earner.
About it. So let's think about it.
So even the music is my own, you know, except this. This is a little Heart to Heart, which is TF2 soundtrack. Whatever.
Playstyle is a
Shush.
variation or a different way to play the class. Take Soldier, for instance. Normally you've got stock Soldier, rocket launcher, shotgun, shovel. Simple, right? Jump around, shoot rockets, get random crits and wipe out entire clumps of people. Then you've also got Airstrike Soldier, Airstrike and Base Jumper. This changes Soldier from a simple frontline damage dealer into an unstoppable force of destruction that pops in and out of the front lines, vomiting a barrage of rockets into the enemy team. You've also got a Soldier playstyle that's even been given its own name by the community, the Trollger, which consists of using the Rocket Jumper and Market Gardener, completely changing how you play Soldier once again, as you're almost entirely relying on your melee weapon to deal damage.
This is the most contested argument in this video, right? A lot of people were really angry that I made this whole playstyle segment. Even though, I mean, it doesn't even really have much to do with the fact that Spy is weak. It's more... He's weak from playstyles because everyone sort of knows that he only has one playstyle and he can only really do one thing. So that in that sense he's weak. But other than that, this is just me ranting about his playstyles and how he has none. But it ended up being the most argued against part of the video. Because I don't know, people have opinions.
This playstyle is more of a fun meme than an actual effective way of playing, but it's still a different way of playing and has its own skill ceiling that you can clock hours into getting better at. Some other big examples are Engineer's Gunslinger, which completely revamps Engineer into more of an aggressive frontline class rather than the typical turtling Engineer. You've got the Thermal Thruster for Pyro, making a class that isn't hugely mobile other than flare jumping, into a class that can freaking fly.
I wish I talked about the Gunslinger more, because the Gunslinger is such a huge Engineer change, right? It creates a subclass. Have you ever been Ubered by a dumb medic spy? No, not really, I don't think. But the Gunslinger, I played a lot with it recently. I've been on like tons of kill streaks on Snowfall as Gunslinger Engineer, and it's so changed. I think it changes a class more than any other weapon. So I wish I kind of developed on that more, because Gunslinger is probably my strongest example.
Frontline class rather than the typical turtling Engineer. You've got the Thermal Thruster for Pyro, making a class that isn't hugely mobile other than flare jumping, into a class that can freaking fly, unlocking tons of new potential for the otherwise stale class. Heavy has the Sandvig, Medic has the Crusader's Crossbow, Scout has the Bonk Atomic Punch, hell even Sniper has the Huntsman, a weapon so different to the usual Sniper playstyle that it's the only primary you can use as Sniper in medieval mode. What does Spy have? The Dead Ringer, I guess. And also maybe the red tape recorder. No, actually never mind, just the Dead Ringer. Spy has a lot of weapons that look like they should change
Still
the way
cracks
you play
me up.
them, but don't actually change the way you play them. Aside from do less damage but get more cloak, or have less health but be fast when you stab people, there aren't any extreme playstyles that completely change the way you play, unlike my earlier examples like the Trollja.
So that's me dipping into my opinion, the fact that, well, I can't say my opinion and the fact that's just narcissistic, but my opinion that there's not a lot of variation to Spy's weapons, right? Same thing, get backstab, and then run away. That's about it. Most dangerous Spy I've ever come across wasn't good at backstabbing, rather he hit nearly every ambi headshot and rolled me and my entire team after Jungle Inferno. That's the end of the bell curve, right? That's when, because again with Gun Spy, you still need a huge amount of skill to be able to, in order to actually use it as an effective quote-unquote play style. But those people that can do it, my god, they are incredible. Man, this one strand of hair seems to be getting longer as the stream goes on. I wish there was a sapper you could slide it like in the Spy trailer, but it's weaker. That would be cool, like a throwable sapper weapon. I talk about that in this video, actually.
The reason that Spy isn't considered
Not about that
viable
one
in
concept,
competitive
but
scenes is that every average and above player is used to Spy's tricks and knows how to effectively counter them. Because Spy only has one trick: be sneaky and backstab people.
I still believe
That
that.
shakes up the class. But that doesn't mean there haven't been attempts. The community has shot many ideas and concepts out there that turn Spy into a much more interesting and varied class.
There was one person in my comments who went through every single one of these weapon ideas that I put in this brief moment in this video, and then argued against why it wouldn't be good. Like, I haven't even read these. I didn't even read these things. And like some guy is just ranting again. Like, these aren't my ideas. I think that one guy just seemed to be arguing against it for the sake of arguing against it. It seemed to just be out of pure spite rather than an actual argument. Like, because these things would be cool to be in game. You know? Whatever.
Take this lobster knife suggested by Toofty a couple years back, which can be thrown unlike any other Spy weapon, and means the Spy is capable of dealing a backstab from a distance, with the downside of having a cooldown between being used, meaning no more chain stabs, but opening up the opportunity for a ranged Spy, almost a subclass that can be combined with, say, the Ambassador, to completely rely on dealing effective damage from a distance, which obviously is completely different from the usual Spy playstyle. Or how about the Inside Jab, a fully functional community-made Spy knife that, instead of instantly killing a backstab target, plants a bomb inside them, which can be remote detonated.
I don't think you can play with this weapon anymore. I don't think any servers are running it, which is a shame because it looks like a really fun weapon. I never actually got to try it out. But I don't actually know where you can go and try custom weapons anymore in general. I don't know if there are any servers that are still running them other than creators.tf. So, whatever.
This weapon is a particularly good example of how to shake up the Spy metagame, because it trades one core element of Spy, getting a backstab, for an entirely new mechanic that opens up new ways of playing.
That was a big point that I wanted to get across. It becomes a different playstyle when a core element is changed, right? Like with Soldier, with the Trollja. I keep coming back to Trollja because it's the most easiest and strongest argument to understand. And the Trollger, you got the rocket jumper, right? It deals no damage, unlike every other Trollger, every other soldier unlockable. It deals no damage. How weird is that? But then you combine it with the Market Gardener, and you can, if you hit people in midair, you do 3 times damage. Like, that's insane. That is completely different. You rely on your melee weapon now. It's so different. And Spy doesn't have that at all. And it's a shame, because it's what makes a class interesting, and it's what makes it more fun to play, and it's what makes it appealing to new players.
There's lack of variety to consolidate different ways of playing.
That voice line, you could tell, hang on.
Challenging your enemies to get better at counter.
That voice line was it had an error in it. In the original recording, there was like I don't know what happened, there was like my mic popped or something, so I had to re-record that voice line on the day that I was editing it, and you could practically hear how much I want to die inside.
There's lack of variety to consolidate different ways of playing.
It was weird, because I was almost doing an impression of myself. Right? It was weird. Anyway.
Challenging your enemies to get better at countering different playstyles of Spy, with a general weakness damage-wise compared to others, and you get a class that can easily be turned away by many players who aren't committed to clocking in hundreds of hours to get better at a class that is outshined in a lot of ways by a lot of other classes.
It's a mouthful of a sentence. What I'm trying to say is that it's hard to get good at Spy. That's what I'm trying to say. With games, if you're not doing well immediately, you're not going to play it for very long, right? You need that positive feedback loop. You'll hear game developers talk a lot about a positive feedback loop, and Spy offers that the least compared to other classes, I feel. Which is basically what I'm trying to say here.
There are a couple more downsides that Spy has that don't really fit into any of my major arguments, so I'm just going to list them off here. Spawning wall hacks making it clear where an enemy spy is and what they're disguised as. A series of visual bugs that can give away a disguised spy. The inconsistency of hit registration making it unclear what is and isn't backstabbable. Being slower when disguised as classes that are below the average walk speed, but not walking faster when disguised as scout. The knife not being able to random crit, although this one I don't really have a problem with. Unusual effects giving away a disguised or cloaking spy, having to mainly rely on unsuspecting players in order to perform well.
I still all agree with all these points, but remember before how I said about how text just in my video editor, the text just sort of changes where it wants to be sometimes. This is what happened here. This text is supposed to be in a straight list. It's now just decided to jumble itself up. And maybe it looks like it was done on purpose. I don't know. But it looks kind of shit in my opinion. But that's just how it be.
The list goes on. And I know Valve has now turned their attention away from TF2 for the foreseeable future, so it's unlikely any major changes are going to be made to any class, not just the Spy. So I'm probably yelling into a void here, but it's very clear that compared to other classes, Spy just falls short. So now you're probably wondering, so why do you main Spy? And honestly, it's because this never gets old. There is no class like Spy in any first-person shooter, or even in any game, and I think when Valve went about making a class that's based on a 1960s spy, with his ability to sneak around in moments of high tension, before a sweet payoff of stealth...
I'm so proud of this clip, perfectly showing what I was talking about. You know, moments of high tension, sweet payoff. That's exactly... That clip perfectly shows that.
Taking down a target, they hit the nail pretty on the head with Spy. In terms of skill, Spy's high room for error personally makes me feel all the more awesome when I pull off a trick stab or make a risky move to get a chain stab and it pays off. That level of risk reward doesn't exist in any other class for me.
I just thought, I think the reason that the Big Owner didn't do as well is because I hadn't really consolidated myself as a Spy YouTuber yet, and I think this video has definitely done that. So now I think I can talk more in depth about Spy stuff, and I think it will do well, and people will like it more. So hopefully there's that.
And I grew my love for TF2 through watching other Spy mains like Mr. Paladin and Stabby do incredibly cool things with the class, and wanted to take on the challenge of getting good at a class that probably takes the most practice to get good at. And
still agree with that.
In my opinion, someone destroying a pub game as Spy 'Spy 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 'Spy
Of course, it's my opinion.
So, what to take away from this? Spy isn't the strongest or easiest class to be good at. It can be infuriating when you're in the stage of trying to genuinely improve your play, but I do not want to discourage anyone from trying nonetheless. Spy's skill ceiling can turn off a lot of players from trying to get good at the class, when it's much easier to pick up a damage dealer and do more faster that way. And for the players that don't feel like playing Spy for this reason, you probably made a sensible choice. As for me, I think I'll keep playing Spy for a while. Cheerio. Extra special thank you to Engine.
Oh yeah, I do these outro rolls, don't I now, where I thank my patrons at the end. That's weird. So yeah, that is Spy is the weakest class in TF2. There you go. I don't know what else to say. It took Star like 6 years to have a proper movie night. This guy does it literally a few weeks after making this video. JK. I always planned to do this anyway, even before this blew up. I planned to had a look back through my channel, but you know, it's also I'm also glad that me blowing up coincided with the Thankmas, with us doing the charity live stream. Because again, I was always going to do the charity live stream, and then I blew up, and I'm like, oh sick, we can raise loads of money, and we did. We raised $323 or something, and it was great. Anyway, Spy is the weakest class in TF2. It's my claim to fame, I guess. Now it is. I'm a TF2 YouTuber now. As I say, I had 340 subscribers before that video, and I now have 6.6k. It is so surreal, you know. It's weird, and I cannot wait to just make more stuff. I'm so glad to have a fan base now. It's great. It's just so great, you know, and it's all because of you guys. You guys are just, the support and love from you guys has really just mental, you know. But I think this blew up. This was basically, you know, the Sturgeon's law and how 90% of everything is crap, basically. So this video was just a lot of luck. It was luck because I decided to make a properly edited video. It had an interesting, you know, title. It was kind of, people have said it's kind of clickbaity, but like, I don't think it's clickbaity, because if I was making an essay on this, this is what I'd title it. I title it Spy is the weakest class in TF2. It catches attention. And then it also, luck, because YouTube decided to recommend it to everyone. And yeah, no one had actually talked about it before. Somehow no one had done a deep dive on this topic before me. And yeah, there you go. Congratulations, thank you. Yeah, that was nuts. It all worked out magically. You cool. Thank you, Madness Guy. And yeah, it's beautiful. I won't talk about the rest, really. I did a video thanking everyone and all that. We're now going to watch The Heavy is Dead. And yeah, I did the charity live stream, and then I talked about Smithmas. You guys can watch that now. I'm not going to watch them now. I guess I think I'm just going to wrap up now. This has been a crazy year. I hope you all have a wonderful Christmas and fantastic New Year. And I think, you know, the next year is going to have a slow start, but I think it's definitely going to be better than this one, you know. But this has definitely been the biggest year for me personally on my channel, despite being one of the worst years of my life. Such a weird juxtaposition that this is the year I blow up. And yeah, it's wild. I can't thank you guys enough, and I can't thank my patrons enough, and I can't thank the YouTube algorithm enough. I can't thank my fans enough for believing in me. And thank you guys, you know. And also, we raised $300 for charity, which you can watch here. There were technical issues in these, but whatever. Doesn't matter. Yeah. Happy New Year, guys. I'll see you next year. I've got Smithmas with Friends video coming out within the next week or so. You can enjoy that before the new year. But this will be the last time I'll be directly talking to you guys. So, yeah, have a great Christmas. Thank you all so much for the support. It's so surreal that I've blown up. You cannot spam by. You're the best, my dude. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas, everybody. Yes, Goomba Ball Dash at 969. It's a hell of a name. Thank you. You know, this is me, by the way. This is my face. I revealed it during the Thankmas charity livestream. Hello, I'm HintShot, confirming this is me. And here's to 6.6 thousand subscribers. You know, all right. Merry Christmas, everybody. Thank you all so much. And I'll see you. Enjoy the next video. It'll be a Smith video, me playing Smith with my friends. And yeah. All right. I guess I'll see you guys later. All right. Bye. Bye everybody. Merry Christmas. Bye. I still have the Santa hat. I decided to put it back on for the stream for some reason. All right. Thank you everyone. Bye. Bye. I don't know how long I need to keep saying bye for. Just gonna keep waving my hand. You can all leave now. I've been streaming for 2.5 hours. Isn't that wild? I'm very handsome, thank you. How tall are you? I don't know. I think like 5'8" or 5'7" or something. Bye. Bye, people. It's a weird time to ask that question. We're ending the stream now. Just sort of gonna keep waving for a little bit. I'm supposed to be playing Among Us with people. I think Jago's going to be streaming Among Us if we're still doing that. And I'll be playing with them if you want to see me. But, shh. Don't tell anyone I said that, okay? I'm going to be playing Among Us, guys. Guys, subscribe to my Patreon. Please. You don't have to, please. No, don't. You don't worry about it. Please do. Please subscribe to my Patreon. It'd be really nice if you did that. But you don't have to. Don't do it. Actually, I don't deserve it. I wouldn't subscribe to me, but you should.